So
here we go.
I've been unmuted now.
Now.
There we go. Oh, there we go. It's glitched on my end, guys, but Merry Christmas, and we are here for the deadline show before Christmas. So welcome, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all that good stuff. Sorare scouts and managers from all over the world. Me and Harry Trades, we're kicking on a little bit earlier because Harry has to depart, unfortunately, halfway through the show. He's got trials in Saudi Arabia. He's going to be red Xing on us and this stuff over the winter break. He's going to be taking the money. And yeah, we're here for the deadline show, and I'm joined as always by my co-pilot, Harry Trades. Merry Christmas. Good to see you, mate.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, mate. This feels festive and fun. Did we start? I can't remember. Did we do one of these last year, or did we not exist at this point? I'm trying to remember. I feel like we didn't exist.
I should probably check that out. My screen is still frozen, so I can see you, but I can't see you.
It's playing the intro again, which is interesting.
Oh, is it?
That's interesting. Yeah. It's like continuing to play the intro over and over again.
Okay, let's remove intro. We might need to kick on again, which will be a right pain in the bum.
I think you're okay now. You did it twice, and now you're back, I think.
Now, my screen is frozen a little bit, which is annoying. I want to hit the refresh button, and I think if I hit the refresh button, it might be Games of Bogey. Let's give it a shot.
You can do it.
Meet Kiana, Shiori, and Con.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. Finally, we're here. We're operational. We've had a couple of intros, a couple of little glitches. It wouldn't be, a failed attempt at an early kickoff if we didn't have a glitch or two. Again, I've said the intro already. You know why we're here, but Harry, we can all see each other. We're all here, nice, live and loud. And me and you were getting set up for the Christmas deadline stream, and we've got a healthy trophy day awaiting a lot of people, I think, tonight, Harry boy. We've got the end of the month longs. We've got a midweek that promises perhaps better rewards than what we've had over the last one or two with the DNP crisis or DNP gate over the last week or two. But yeah, forebodes a good festive period, Harry boy. How you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good, mate, to be fair. Like you said, it's kind of if you did play the long form, then there is a bit of a double bubble tonight then if there is rewards, obviously, for the midweek. But a couple of weird situations this midweek, I think. A lot of resting and random DMPs, hit us everywhere, never mind in the prize pool. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun one, hopefully, tonight. I've got a couple of bits from the long form. I don't have anything from the midweek, which is annoying. Oh, you did wear your Christmas jumper. I was going to ask you. I should have worn mine, to be fair. I
was in two minds.
Go and get it. Yeah, I should do it, to be honest. But
I've just been using it as a tactical mid layer these days because in Scotland you need to layer up a bit. And I thought, a wee Christmas jumper is good for a wee over the t-shirt layer, So it's been kind of on standby.
I don't blame you. Don't blame you at all, mate. It makes sense, mate, this time of year. But no, really excited for this weekend. Some big matchups, obviously. A couple of double matchups. There's a couple of teams with 2 games, which is a fun one over the Christmas period.
Yes.
There's a few weird iterations and stuff. But yeah, it should be fun. Should be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Unfortunately, the midweek didn't bring me any luck, and I don't think it really done my monthlies any favours because I was looking, Harry. I've not looked this morning, but I was looking last night. I've not clipped any monthlies. No monthly rewards for FC Barcelona, man. Yeah, like I had DNPs, I think, every week. I don't know how it happened, but all my scores were pretty pitiful. We won't go through them in the stream today, of course, but there won't be any monthly payout for FC Barcelona, which is bitterly disappointing, but we've got a pretty big weekend ahead. How did you fare in the monthlies yourself, Harry boy? I can see you've got the screen loaded. You must have something to show us. Oh, you do.
I have a couple of bits. Yeah, I finished 31st in the Super Rare, which is fun. That means I was one outside of the tier 3s, which is a bit annoying, but I will be getting the best tier 4 on paper. But we know with the DMP situation right now, that could be anything, couldn't it? So I'm not holding my breath at all. Up there with a few of the big boys. Max M just below me, waving down to the whales. A-Bot's down there as well. But it was good. I really did go for it for the Super Rare. I appreciate that, mate. And then the Cap 220 Limited, I just about scraped a tier 5, I think, which is fun because that is part of the Road to Glory. So that card, I know it's a tier 5, but that will be given away
beautiful.
at the end of the season. I'm just sort of collating all the rewards I win, if I win any. I think this is only my second card, but we did manage to pick up the threshold for my Road to Glory as well. So I'm really happy with that because that's our second threshold. I haven't made this episode yet, but yeah, that'll go out probably tomorrow. It's been weird because obviously we had a midweek, we had the weekend. I normally do every weekend, but I managed to get a midweek team out. So yeah, no, pretty successful. Looking forward to tonight with that tier 4 super rare, and then the tier 5 and a bit of ETH. So yeah, fun times.
And I was just bemoaning to you there, some goalkeeper pain. Is that the goalkeeper you were talking about?
So yeah, he was going to cause me a lot of pain, Quinny, but it turned out that he managed to start that game that I was worried that he wouldn't. So what the new manager must have done was played the other guy in this game against Valladolid. They lost. That was his first game. He then went back to Campos, who's been the starter all season, realistically. There's a couple of DMPs in here because he played for the Spanish under-21s. So, because they play through the internationals, he doesn't play those games, obviously. So, yeah, he's played the last 2. I know they haven't won either one of those, but he's back in, I assume, now for the foreseeable, I hope. No mistakes, it looks like. And then, yeah, I got away with one there, to be honest. I was really bricking it because I really thought he would have been gone. And then what makes it even worse, Quinny, is the guy that I thought was nailed in Campolat isn't nailed. He got dropped. I can't spell a minute. He got dropped yesterday. Well, I say dropped. I don't know what went on, but he was on the bench and they lost 5-1. So, I did see a tweet saying there was a bit of muscle injury or something, but he was on the bench. So I don't know how injured he was. I don't know how benched he was. Whatever it was, he didn't play. So I know you've got something to sort of tell us in the same sort of vein, I guess. But yeah, not fun. This is like the worst type of sort of situation there is on Sorare. Goalkeepers not playing when they're supposed to play.
Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare. The news that came through to me was club legend Skorupski is going to be dropped for this weekend in favour of a little young guy. And I was telling you about the pain of that. So it's really painful to see. The guy's been in great form. And like I said to you, Harry, for me, this guy's top 5, top 3, maybe goalkeeper in the division, maybe top 7 if you really wanted to fight with me in a big argument. But nonetheless, top goalkeeper. I don't think anyone would dispute that. And it's a right kick in the stones. He's been replaced by a guy that's a wee bit younger. Maybe the manager fancies him as an up-and-comer. And that's hit me right on the deadline. So that's a right kick in the teeth. And I was saying to you, it's probably be a good little thing to bring up on the stream itself, because with goalkeepers, sometimes you find yourself in this position with the 2 you've just had there. Obviously, I've got this guy now as well, where they're the foundation of the team. You know, they get you in. You've got that guy. Because of him, the rest of the team can happen. And for some reason or another, if they come out, every club in Sorare gets faced with that decision. Do you stick or twist with them, you know? And there's so many goalkeepers that you do need to twist on, like guys that are just going to fall off the face of the earth, probably never feature again for a senior first team for a while, or an injury or whatever it might be. But one of the reasons I do like the big man here is because I do think that even if, I'm quite hopeful this wee boy comes in. He played good against Roma. He didn't start the cup game against Inter for some reason. It was the other guy. But then he came off the bench, saved a penalty from Lautaro. Bologna won the cup game in extra time or penalties or something like that. So he's done okay, but they're playing Atalanta this week, which isn't a great game anyway. You know, Atalanta love scoring 3 or more goals. It's part of their thing. So maybe he gets a game against Atalanta, he ships a couple of goals, and then he goes back to the bench. Or even in the worst case scenario, and this is the thing I'm telling myself when I pick up a Skorupski or Soria, who you even mentioned before, obviously had that jeopardy of going to the Madrid bench in the summer. But it's for the most part, this guy, I stick by him, you know. So I think if he was to get concrete benched, he may even flip over in January, go somewhere else, if not the summer. But he's not a number 2. He's not a guy that was I was really lucky to be playing number 1 and now it's not my turn, it's this guy's turn. He'll be raging. You know what I mean? He'll be I've been the number 1 here for the last 5 seasons or whatever. We're doing great in the league, pushing top 4. I'm not even in bad form. I think initially he's maybe picked up a yellow card suspension. Because I just see that he's got yellow here before this. That's just what made me think that. Yeah, so probably not. But, it's not like he's done anything wrong. He's not been bad this season. So he's been a big part of Bologna's success. So I back the big man. I'll be sticking on him. I won't be twisting. But there's been goalkeepers before, and you've had them as well, Harry, as everyone does. Sometimes you do need to go twist and go, right, take the hit on this guy as quick as I can, get him moved on. But it's a kick in the balls. But FC Barcelona, we stick by Lucas Skorupski, and we'll see what happens with the big man.
100%, mate. Yeah, I think he's at an age where, like you said, he's not looking to be on the bench for anyone at any point. So, this is his last sort of, 3, 4, 5 years of, professional football in that sense. And, he's earned the right to be a starter in that sense. So, I don't know where that'll be. Hopefully still at Bologna, of course, for your sake. But if he has to move in Jan, in the summer, whatever that looks like, I'm sure there'll be a starting spot for him somewhere, surely.
Yeah, I hope so. And I know a team called Celtic that like Polish goalkeepers as well. So
might need a keeper, yeah.
I checked him out on Transfer Market. I think his value is like €8 million. That's not bad price for a champion goalkeeper to take to a Champions League challenger team. That's the sort of business. Like we've seen Ajax do that with who was the Argentinian guy they signed, Rulli from Villarreal. Similar vibes to that. So
100%.
Come on, Hoops. But I must say, Harry, the Christmas spirit is hit the live chat here. We had, who was it? MU Player Clips. Hero, legend of the channel, has been tuning in and enjoying the Deadline shows all season. He's gifted 10 memberships to the channel, so thanks very much, MU Player Clips. And there's been a bunch of people taking them up. The memberships on the channel are £1 a month, 25p a week. We do a stream once a week where the live chat tells me what to do. I review your gallery, I build your lineups, we do all that good stuff. We've actually missed it for this week, but over the festive period and into the new year, we'll be doubling, trebling up, doing a bunch of other stuff as well. So thank you very much for your generosity. Merry Christmas to you, MU Player Clips. Thanks for the support to the channel. It means a lot to us. And yeah, congrats to everyone that's picked up their little stocking filler from MU Player Clips in the live chat. Love to see it.
Nah, first play. He did that to me last night as well. Massive. Thank you from MU Player Clips. He did a bunch last night, which was unbelievable from him. So mate, Merry Christmas, and appreciate it massively.
But Harry, we've only got you for an hour before you jump on your private jet and fly over to the Gulf for your medical. So we better get the show on the road in that sense. So where we always start is the heavy hitters, the big shakers. Who is going to be decisive capable? Who's going to be the big teams that are going to be smashing it out this week? And it's always the matchups tab we start with, of course. And it's pretty reading, isn't it, for a lot of stacks? A lot of good stacked clubs are up here, aren't they? A lot of good Sorare heritage on this reading this week, isn't it, Harry?
100%. This looks like a Quinny top 5 to me. Celtic, Villa. I mean, no USG or Inter or even Leicester exposure, I don't think, in your gallery. But Jesus, 2 out of the top 5 isn't bad, is there? To be fair,
not at all.
Not at all. And there's lots of away games in there, considering like normally we see a full page of homes talking about the top, down to Juve. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 5 aways in there, which is a bit crazy, really. We never see that many, but interesting reading for someone like yourself with a big exposure to Celtic. How are you sort of thinking this one goes? Because normally we haven't seen Celtic up there for a little while. When I say a little while, I mean a couple of weeks. Does this feel like redemption situation as far as what's going on there?
It should be a big one. So like the kind of news, it's kind of, I was running around the Celtic like fan media stuff this morning. There's some shows that run on in the morning, and by all accounts, the kind of Celtic fans in the standing section that have been previously kept out, the Green Brigade as they're known, will be back in for this game. And again, there was like little leaks and rumours going around that like there's been crisis talks at the club, like at the not crisis talks, but they had like a gala dinner at the stadium, and it was like the manager, the board, and like all the kind of key stakeholders, maybe about 25 people, and they were talking about January, the season, what the fuck's going on, and all that good stuff. So I think it could be this could be like we beat Aberdeen 6-0 not that long ago. Could be a game like that. So I'm just flipping the tab over. Sorry, I was just trying to work out the magnification because we've had a lovely update from Play Sharper. I actually noticed this a few days ago when they announced it, but it looks really slick. I'm not too sure if it fits on the screen just as nice. And the
you can
app
go
version,
back to the old one, I think, as well, Quinny. If you go,
I do like this, to be honest with you. But it's just making it nice on the screen. It's just a wee bit I've got a wee problem with. So the Celtic team picked by McBride, it's really hard to argue with, but the main problem, like no one knows what's happening in this spot in midfield. Is it Paulo Bernardo, Turnbull, or Odenholm? It's anyone's guess, really. It could even be a Wata that returns into midfield and McGregor occupies this space with a Wata deeper. but otherwise the team probably picks itself. So for the first time in a little while, you can get 10 out of 11 Celtic starters, pretty good, and at home against Livingston, who are very unfancied at the moment, like rock bottom of the table, by all accounts terrible. They will just be defending. We're going to have 95% possession in this game. Livingston might get a couple of shots on target. So for Joe Hart, this is like a 31 or a 65. That's what's going to happen. So let's hope it's 65. He gets a couple of passes, keeps the clean sheet, and we can call it a day on that front. But yeah, really great. Finally, a really great lineup for Celtic in the last couple of weeks. It's just been there's been a lot of question marks over one of the people in the front three, because Maeda's been out. Kyogo's been in and out a little bit for O, but Kyogo needs to get back firing, so he'll be playing. So I think this could be a real kind of, I think Brendan and the squad will definitely want this to be a page-turning moment for the season, because we're playing Rangers in the derby on the 30th, which is 8 days from now as we speak. So Rangers, if they win their game in hand, are technically top of the league. So they won't play their game in hand but until after the derby. So Celtic need to win that game to keep the, keep the number one sort of thing. So that starts, but now we need to get on form, need to start scoring goals, get confidence up. And this is a motivated Celtic team.
Especially against, is this bottom of the league Livingston as well?
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to talk without checking. But I'm pretty sure Livy are bottom.
They're 12th. So how many teams in the league?
Yeah, they're bottom. It's just 12.
Fair enough. This is. It feels very hard for Celtic not to mess this one up, doesn't it? In a weird way. I'd be very shocked if they don't win 2-0 here. Very, very shocked. But who knows?
Leicester are not in a too dissimilar situation, but at home to Rotherham. I don't know if they're bottom, but they can't be too far away from it.
Yeah,
they are. Top v bottom, Celtic
sure,
and Leicester.
Mm-hmm. And
we've got Nacho's on to play.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of exposure to this Leicester team, isn't there? Really, with whole back four. Obviously, no keeper. Fatau has cards, but he doesn't really have many, to be fair. But wings, Dewsbury Hall, like you said. Okay, Mavidi doesn't, but this is one of, well, obviously is one of the best matchups, but defensively, I really think the back four could score above 70 each, easy here, possession wise. The odd assist maybe from a Pereira, James Justin, you don't know. Playing quite high. Yeah, this feels fun. Yeah,
it could be good. And again, it's that festive period, where it's like the fans will be in good spirits and all that as well. The players obviously will kind of feel off that kind of energy. So this could be like a famous win to really keep on. There's a nice wee standings tab here now as well and Play Sharper. I love that. So, that's lovely, isn't it? So we can see very easily now, Rotherham, wow, 44 conceded in 22 games. That's 2 goals on average, whereas Leicester are clean the exact mirror opposite. 44 scored over 22 played. So, man, this is like 4-0, isn't it? That's what those stats tell me. I know it should be 2-0, but it'll be double up, in this case. They'll definitely 100%. Get there too, either way.
Could be a good one. The second division standings, couldn't it, on Sorare this week?
The last thing I want to say about Leicester, just as we move away from them, the reason I get really excited about seeing Leicester up there, we've not really seen it from Southampton this season, but last season we were all kind of like, oh, what's the relegation play going to be like? Like buying a team that's bottom or going down or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Leicester are smashing it, in a big way. So it's always nice to see a strategy, maybe, because I just think most of the people, or maybe some of the people that are on Leicester cards, that was their strategy, and it's paying off for them, and not even in a D2 way, but in an all-star or a cap mode way.
Yeah, 100%. That was the first year that we've seen that happen, haven't we, on Sorare, in the sense that we had Prem cards and then, 3 Prem teams got relegated, as a full mint. And that was the first time it happened. So, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then the next game I've got here is Inter at home to Lecce. Now, we need to check where Lecce are on the table, of course, but they're not going to be too high up. The Inter team looks really strong, but no Lautaro. Looks like Arnautovic will be coming in to partner alongside Thuram, just for a wee bit of rest and rotation. They had that cup game midweek. Back 3 looks strong enough, I suppose. The midfield 5 picks itself, and the goalkeeper is as good as you would want. Lecce themselves are 12th. So not a top v bottom, but Inter are very, very strong this year. Very highly rated, very strong team. Will Lautaro be the difference in it being a big result or not?
Potentially, yeah. he obviously is the one that you'd have your money on scoring, multiple goals in a game at any point. I'm not saying Thuram can't do that. Neither could Arnautovic could as well on his day. I saw cap it maybe for Arnautovic. There was he 32 L15 or 35? One of the two.
32.
32. Okay. But yeah, no, solid team outside of that. And then, yeah, Lecce, okay. I've got that Stravetsa still in my team. So I follow them. They seem to score goals. Like, they're not somebody that just get battered every week. Was that Remy Odin?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you remember him?
Yeah, who is he playing for? Yeah, he was in France, wasn't he?
He was in France. Maybe Rennes or something? Or
yeah, I can't remember who it was, but you're right. Yeah, he was in France.
Is he
they've
good?
got some good players though. That Banda's really good, left winger, really good player. Under
Remy
23.
Odin.
Yeah, Remy
Is he any
Odin, where
good?
did he come from? Yeah, he's decent, isn't he?
Is this
Yeah,
maybe?
he's okay.
What does the starters? Starters makes that a bit better. It's always in rubbish teams,
Yeah.
but Lecce, Bordeaux. I think that. So let's see. We can just do this, can't we? Lecce and Bordeaux over the last
Bordeaux,
Sorare time.
Yeah. Okay.
Bordeaux was okay, not that great. Yeah, he's maybe not quite delivered, but the boy has talent. The boy has talent.
Yeah, he was
Maybe
highly
not that
rated,
much.
wasn't he?
He has some.
Back in the day.
Yeah. So yeah, Inter might not get the clean sheet. A wee bit of firepower in that Lecce team, like you say. Banda, Strafeza,
Kind of, yeah.
Odin.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if they nick one, but I don't know. Inter are always good for a cleanie, aren't they, to be fair? So at home, you kind of do have to back it, but you just never know with Lecce. They do seem to like to score goals. Yeah, but that it feels weird. I don't know, like the Celtic fixture so far. I know Leicester playing about like Leicester Celtic feel like they should be in their own type of bracket, I would say, which they kind of are. If you want to go off like they're in the 80+% of win percentage, where everyone else is below that. So it kind of makes sense. USG away to UPenn. I know UPenn are horrendous, but like, yeah, it's still great. Don't get me wrong; it's still a really good fixture. Again, I have a UPenn player, so I kind of know what goes on with them every week, and obviously they get smashed. And yeah, this USG team, like McAllister's been scoring really well. I mean, everyone seems to score well, but this is an apex fixture for them. I don't think they have. I was just thinking, there's a couple of double game weeks in Belgium. I think it's Antwerp and Genk. I don't think USG have a double. So yeah, this feels good for them.
Yeah, I love seeing USG teams with Koki Machida rock solid in that defence, alongside McAllister as well. That's a great little Sorare defence they've built from Champion America and Champion Asia. So love to see USG kind of popping. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, just a random back three, isn't it? Very random.
Yeah, they've got a scouting department that works. And then this next game, by the way, is tonight, right? So this is really going to get the party started. Now, Villa could be top of the league. Where are Sheffield? Are they bottom? I know they're bottom three, but...
Yeah, they're bottom.
So let's have a look at the Play Sharper league table that we've got. They are bottom.
Sure.
43 conceded in 17. Clearly the worst defence in the division. A few heavy scorelines have went their way. And Villa amongst the top scorers in the division, which are Man City on 40, but Villa on 37, ahead of Liverpool and Arsenal on 36 and 35. Second top goal scorers in the league. That's great to see. Brighton, by the way, not too far behind considering they're in mid-table. But this is tonight, and this could be like Villa. They want to be top at Christmas. They're at home, and I know Chris Wilder's back, the old chef manager, but it's a new manager bounce, old guy, blah, 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 whatever. But Villa are unstoppable at the moment. They beat City 1-0. They beat Arsenal 1-0. They're just going from strength to strength. Even the Brentford win. I know Brentford went down to 10 men and whatever, but like that's a game that like if you want to really push, man, you need to win that game, and a lot of teams don't win that game, but Villa did. So this could be a mad Friday night, eh?
Could be a strong strong start to this Christmas period for them at home as well, man. Villa have an incredible record, don't they, at home? So yeah, man, Jesus. Like I know there's slip-ups in the Prem. We see it, from time to time. Luton have been involved in a couple, but I just can't see Chef being involved in any right now or ever. If that's the case, sorry, 20 Chef fans, Sheffield United fans for that matter. Big Wes in goal. Man, it's just not a Premier League team. It's not. I'm sorry. I just see too many championship level players there. Like, I really, really do. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Obviously, I think didn't Wilder come back, or is he? Someone got sacked, didn't they? Yeah, Wilder's back, isn't he? So
Higginbotham, I think was the last guy, or Higginbotham,
that was
or
him.
someone of them.
Yeah. I don't know. I struggle to see anything but a Villa like romp in here. I really do.
At home, look at those matchup indicators as well. They're up there with Celtic, really, aren't they? You know, and USG, they're very similar, in fact.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised the Villa one isn't a bit higher, to be honest. Like closing in on 80%, but it's fair enough. It's not too much in it.
I don't think they can really quantify how bad West Fotheringham is. So, like, that's probably why it doesn't kick up properly. It's like one of those immeasurables that you only get by watching somebody. You know, you see that guy's actually terrible.
100%.
Have you ever had that before, Harry? Just as a wee side note, a guy you've owned or you've been thinking about buying, and then you watch him, you're like, oh no.
I'm sure I have. I can't give you a name off the top of my head, but yeah, it has to have happened. It has to have happened. I literally can't give you a name though right now. I'll have to think about that one. That's a funny one though. I'm sure people in the chat will have a couple.
Yeah, nice chat. Let's hear it. Any eye test?
That's a funny one. I didn't buy Cabba, but like if you watch him play, you don't want to go and buy a Cabba, in my opinion. But he's been scoring goals in La Liga, I think, so I can't really say too much. Or he's been scoring somewhere, I don't know where, but it's a Harry Trace classic. It was when he was at Cardiff, he was shocking.
We've got the Antwerp team on there at home to Westerlo. Antwerp don't normally tend to score a lot of goals. They can, but they're not like a hugely attacking team. Could be really good for AA, but their lineups are on screen. If you want to see it, we'll show you Westerlo as well. Do you have any comment on this one, Harry?
Just to say that Antwerp do have a double matchup, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it's Antwerp play Genk after this, if that makes sense.
Like Monday or something.
So that's why... I'm just looking on my phone now. I just think that's why a couple of those players like Balikwisha and stuff is at like 65%, I think, because he wouldn't know. Well, to be fair, he's been injured actually. That's a good anomaly. But like, yeah, I don't know, like Jansen at 70, a Duke at 70, like they're their main like players, if that makes sense. It's just I don't know what's going to go on with both games. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they have 2 games.
Fair. And then we have Bruges at home to White Daring Racing, or WD-40. I heard them called recently as well.
WD-40.
Can't remember when I heard that. I heard somebody call them WD-40. I thought that was good crack. So yeah, WD-40 will be lined up as such. If anyone has any of these cards, good luck to you. I like the centre midfield, Duwame and Rennie Adelaide. I think we've said that before. But the Bruges team looks pretty strong. Spielers, I think, DNP'd recently and maybe killed some people, or was he maybe suspected injury? I've seen some people gushing about him like, oh no.
I was going to say, I think they played last night, to be fair, so that could be a good indication. I think, yeah, because Decipher is normally a left back, but I think he's playing right back right now, or however that looks on there. So they beat Ghent last night? No, sorry. No, they haven't played for 5 days. No, that was a lie.
Wow.
But Decipher and Maya both played last game. So yeah, that feels like, just looking at the 11 on my phone, I think it's the same 11, to be fair. But yeah, that feels low, doesn't it, for Bruges? Very low.
Very low. Normally Bruges are cruising.
Crazy low.
Yeah. 15 conceded, but still the best defence in the division.
Nuts, isn't it? Just haven't had a goal scorer. I mean, Jutla was really good last year for them. But like, yeah, that Thiago's come good recently.
Losses. I think it's just maybe how the games have came.
Yeah, like you look at USG, they've won 14 games. It's basically like they win or nothing else happened. It's win or nothing. Where like Club Brugge seem to be, like you said, drawing maybe too many and just not getting over the line with the wins. But yeah, that's low, isn't it? 7th. Yeah, really low.
And we've got them playing. So
and then them
Rangers. I love it, Harry. Right. So let's see. Rangers, a game in hand. There's only 2 points in it. It is tight. Motherwell, but by the way, could do us all a favour. Motherwell aren't too bad. They'll be set up 5-3-2. This is the team on screen if you have any of the cards. Liam Kelly, former Rangers player. Let's see how good he plays in this match, or maybe not. In this game, like Rangers just won their Europa League group, just won a League Cup. They should be mad confident. They should be high as a kite. And yeah, if you're getting these cards, Devil, who's got a card, is getting into the team here.
Yeah.
And this Sterling, I don't think he actually has a card. It's just he's got a picture here. Cifuentes is likely to be on the bench. But Sima, who has cards from his time in Belgium, has came on very, very good. SO5 wise, L15 a 63. He's got good AA in him. He's getting decisives, becoming a real threat down there. His Cantwell's kind of fell off, Sorare wise. So won the Motherwell. But yeah, let's see what happens.
It's a big game for Motherwell, that is. Big game at home as well.
And then we have Milan. What day are they playing? But
yeah,
is it tonight? Maybe
away to bottom of the league. Salernitana bottom of the league,
and it's tonight. Yeah. Away to Salernitana.
Friday night.
Yeah. So here's the team here. Benoit Costil, by the way, who's a super rare keeper that I won and then twisted on when he got dropped. Managed to find himself back in Serie A somehow, or back into top flight football. Well done to him and his agent. Yeah, bottom of the league, did you say they are? But and then AC Milan, they've got Giroud up front in the goalkeeper shirt, loving life. Like, they should be scoring goals for fun against Benoit Costil. I think he's 40 or something in Salernitana. But like this AC Milan midfield and really the defence. I know Kjaer's like kind of cult icon because of his haircut and some of the goals he scored over the years. But it's not really that great of a defence, you know. So they really do need to make sure the thing with Italy is, see if you don't take your chances and the game stays tight a wee bit longer. Some of these teams will punch you, you know, and they'll get a goal and then Italy, they can just do that where they can just suck the game away at 1-0 and keep it tight for the whole game. Maybe they end up with a draw, maybe they nick a win, whatever. So
100%.
Yeah, it'll be all about Milan putting their chances away.
That Benacer is back in the team with a very low L15. I think that's 26, isn't it? From what I can see. Are you shushing me, Quinny, or are you shushing Ian? Or both?
Yes. Don't tell Motherwell that. Don't tell Motherwell that. They've maybe forgotten.
Yeah, they don't know they haven't won in 2 weeks, 2 months. But yeah, Benacer is a really good L15 pick if you've somehow got one, or looking to play common or whatever. Very tasty. He's definitely good. If he doesn't outscore his L15, I'd eat my own leg, but not the right one.
Fair enough. Milan kind of isolated here in third. I don't really see many of this pack maybe catching Milan, but they're not probably going to catch the top two themselves, so they really need to kind of get their season moving. Obviously lucky to get out the group of death as they were, but yeah, this is a big game for them. They do need to get the job done. It's a game that you can't take lightly because their form has been shaky.
Especially away from home as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Speaking of the group of death, the team they eliminated is the next one we've got on our list here. The mighty Newcastle, the Geordies, they're going to go and get their easy 3 points, they think, away to Luton. But away to Luton hasn't been that prolific for some people recently, Harry boy, has it?
No, it hasn't. Well, on screen, so Newcastle have a double game week, don't they? So they play Luton and Forest, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I don't know. Obviously, this one comes first. I mean, Luton away isn't the fixture you really want after this Tom Lockyer situation. Like, they'll be right up for it, like big time. Not saying that means they're definitely going to get a result, but we've seen Man City have struggled there, Arsenal have struggled there, Liverpool, or maybe City didn't, but I know Liverpool did, and you just don't know. You just really don't know. Obviously, Newcastle at the Champions League. Yeah, it's a big game. And obviously, like we said, Newcastle have 2 games, in this game week. So, rotations and whatever might play a part. Botman back, though, seems like a positive for them in defence.
Yep.
I think Shah is injured, maybe, so that's come at a good time for him to come back. And, relatively, normal Newcastle team, barring maybe Isak up front. I think Gordon's a bit of a doubt according to this. And, I think he's going to be okay, they said, for one of the games, maybe. But yeah, lads are saying in the chat, Luton and Forest must be among the best double game week possible. I mean, yeah, it is on paper, but if it was Newcastle at home to Luton, then I'd be like, fair. And it's still great, obviously, but you know what I'm saying? Like, away to Luton just feels something just could go wrong, Josh said, does the Sorare second Newcastle game count for the Prem comp? On the Medium post, it said it wouldn't, but shows it in the builder. Interesting. If it says it doesn't in the in the medium. I'd have to go off that, to be honest.
Agreed.
But I don't know for sure, mate. Sorry, Josh.
Yeah.
That plays into it there, doesn't it? Like if, you know.
But let's call a spade, right? I watched the Arsenal and the City game. Yeah, it was Arsenal and City that played Luton quite quickly, wasn't it? Am I remembering that wrong? Whoever it was. But
I think so.
City was
Liverpool
one of them.
were first. Liverpool drew with them first, and then, it was after.
Liverpool and City, was it? Or something. But anyway,
yeah,
it was clean sheet. It was set pieces that really made the difference for the most part. You know, they really just played the tiny pitch, kept the game quite chaotic. I think, like, if you've got Almiron in your team, like, you can cover that whole pitch in 3 seconds with somebody like Almiron on the wing. So I know he's nailed. That's the only reason I'm kind of highlighting him here. And I know City and these other teams have got rapid players, but Almiron is like genuinely like fleet of foot rapid, you know, like just
incredible. Yeah,
his feet are made of feathers kind of thing. So I fancy Newcastle to be maybe have a wee bit more cutting edge than some of these other teams have had. I know Newcastle's squad's been really stretched to the max recently, but I do think, like, you know, they need to get their season going in terms of the top 4 push. And I think all of them will be right up for it. And I think their set pieces is the main thing. But if you've got Botman, you've got Byrne, you've got Lascelles, Bruno, Longstaff, I just think they're way better equipped.
Miley's massive as well. Yeah, they've got a massive team, to be fair. Like, they do. So, yeah, if we're talking, you know, Luton's biggest threat being a set piece, like you said, you'd have to fancy Newcastle, to negate that quite nicely with the height that they do actually have. You know, no Nick Pope is a loss, if we're being honest. Like, you know, Dubravka's no shrub, but, like, you know, Nick Pope's a very, very good, you know, goalkeeper, huge as well. So, you know, it all plays a part. But yeah, like you said, I think if any team are equipped to deal with, you know, the Luton set piece situation, it is Newcastle. Simple as.
If Livermento's not on to play, I wouldn't do it.
Well, it's a double game week, so I think he could.
Of course, fair.
Yeah, you'll get away with that, I think. You are right. If it was one game, it could be a bit dicey. And then your boys again.
Yeah.
Atletico.
My boys again, and the only La Liga game in this game week just about slides in because we had a midweek, which Atletico played in, but I think they had this game was cancelled at some point or rescheduled. It was a pain in the bum earlier on anyway, so they had to squeeze it in somewhere, and they've squeezed it in here. And looking at it, it looks like Riquelme for Llorente has happened overnight, so I'll need to make a wee adjustment myself here. But Sevilla, I've just got a new manager in town, Kiki Sanchez Flores, who has been in the Premier League once or twice. He's been all around La Liga with basically every team at this point. And he showed up at Sevilla now. They got a nice midweek win, maybe a new manager bounce in town there. And so I don't think this game is really that great for anyone. I think Atletico will be good for scoring goals in it because Sevilla will try and win the game because they're like bottom 5. Let's check the standings. We can do that now. Sevilla, where did we find them? Are they higher? No, they can't be higher. Where are they? I'm losing my mind. Yeah, 15th. So, bottom 6.
They're struggling big time. Injuries as well.
3 wins in 17 games. Wild, you know, so they need to get that. And especially Champions League elimination as well. You know, no Europa League for them, so they're totally cut off. It's just the league. Can they get back into the Europa League? You know, can they? Can the footballing gods make it happen? You know, so I don't fancy this as a game for any card. Maybe Griezmann's and you know these kind of guys. There'll probably be some goals in it. Riquelme will probably be good. L1541. He's very, very decisive, capable on that left attacking wing. But yeah, nothing else really. I don't know why it's so high. Maybe there isn't a lot of games, to be fair. So
I don't know. Sevilla are rubbish. I'd back you there. I know I say you, but you know I know you have a couple of the players. But like I back Atletico here. I really don't think Sevilla are up to it right now. Well, obviously, like you said, 3 wins in 17, but they are just dire, like real bad. So
fair.
I don't know. Like you said, I wouldn't actually back the clean sheet, but I think Atletico win like 3-1, to be fair.
Fair. And then we've got Juve. Maybe I'm just being a wee bit too kind of cautious with it because I just don't want to. I know they've been rotten, but I say new manager, you kind of need to reset what have they been doing this season a little bit. You know, we'll see a real test maybe, and they will be improving in January. So maybe I'm just being premature on thinking they've turned the corner with the current squad. But Frosinone will be at home to Juventus. And Frosinone, by the way, Harry's, they've got little Harry trade shades in them. You know, they've got a few wonder kids on loan. It's unfortunate this guy Sula doesn't have any cards because he's the one that's been getting all the headlines and scoring all the wonder goals, really. But Paul Larola has been a wee SO5 card of old for some galleries out there as well. And then, yes, a couple of wee wonder kids here. But they've been kind of punching above their weight. Where are they in the table? 13th, not too long ago. I think they were maybe around 8th or 9th for a minute. But they are playing second in the table, pushing for the top, of course. Juve, who have really got their act together over the last month or two, without really like playing that great, but they're still, as we've seen on the table, riding high, chasing Inter down.
Like they've got, look at those L15s of their forwards there, Vlahovic and Milik. Like there's literally not a green between them. And like you said, they're still flying high. But that's Italy for you. You win games 1-0, and that's just kind of how it goes. And most of the time, well, not most of the time, but clearly for Juve, it doesn't really seem like their forwards are scoring goals. So you can kind of get away with it in that league in that sense a lot of the time. But yeah, I don't know. Frosinone, like you said, a couple of decent little wonder kids in there. I think they've got that guy from Juve, the one up front, Caio Jorge or George, however we're going to pronounce him. Brazilian lad, I think he is. So yeah, you never know. They could at home as well. Liora as well at the back, like you said. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. And then thereafter, who do we have? Oh, we're back to the Championship for a home fixture. That's nice.
Yeah, this is a tasty one. Huddersfield are down there. I think they're 21st, maybe 22nd. Definitely struggling against a Norwich side with injuries. A couple that aren't ideal. I think Kenny McLean's not a centre back, from what I know about football, and he's having to play there. So I think someone told me last night who's out. I can't remember who's out, but he's been playing centre back the last couple of games. From what one of the chat told me. In the member stream yesterday, but I can't remember who is out. It's losing me right now. But anyway, a couple of low L15s here to look at into that. Marcelino Nunes, obviously Ida up front. Barnes. Yeah, Barnes is a decent one this weekend, I think. And then Borja Sainz was a super rare that I held for the last couple of months, hoping he'd come good. And then, of course, I get rid of him, and he goes on and scores like 80 last midweek. Goal and an assist. He didn't really do well on the weekend, so I feel a bit better. But I'm sure you'll do something this weekend with that L15 of 30. So, that's it. Grant Hanley at centre half. So yeah, no, I think this is a really good fixture for Norwich. To be fair, even though their players aren't necessarily, barring Sarah, scoring that well.
Yeah. And the Huddersfield team, do we get it? Yeah, we do. Oh, there's a few cards.
Yeah.
They scout people. They have some scouts. Nakayama, Burzog, and I don't know about the other ones. Maybe
Sorba Thomas plays for Wales, the right wing back.
Yeah, it's a National Series card,
okay. Yeah. Jonathan Hogg in midfield, he's been around for years. Yeah, I mean, they're down there, aren't they? Big time, they're struggling. So, yeah, that could be a Norwich, nice day for Norwich, I think.
Yeah. Do we have any Parma? I think a bit of Parma. We don't have we don't have anything for them. Sorry, guys. We don't have any Parma.
Venezia have 2 matchups as well, by the way, this game week, which is fun. So they play like 19th in the league. Yeah, I only know that because obviously I have that Busio card. But yeah, there's 2 matchups for them.
Nice.
And then Sampdoria. Is that something to go into? They play bottom of the league or one below bottom.
Let's see Sampdoria. Does it open? Yeah, it does. We get Sampdoria. Finnies have Sampdoria cards. Here you go. Stankovic and goals.
Esposito's been. Yeah, there's some.
Esposito.
Remember that Esposito?
Yeah.
Anderlecht last season.
Is he good now?
I think he's good. Yeah, I think he's really good actually.
Nice. I thought he'd be good in Anderlecht. It's never happened. It's weird. Who's it that owns him?
It was
Juve or Milan? Or who?
Can't remember. Yeah, good point. It was Juve, wasn't it, for a bit? And then I don't know if they've sold him or whatever. But you are right. It was pretty sure it was one of them, wasn't it? It was definitely one of them. And then, I mean, Fulham have been unbelievable recently.
Fulham have been a great budget team, haven't they? I know Villa are like riding high, but Fulham are kind of like this season's Villa, in that kind of mid-tier standing, like they're popping off sometimes in a game week, and you're like, wow, look at those scores, like maybe once or something. You're like, wow, who's put that stack together? Or well done to that man, depending on what post you're reading. But yeah, they have hit some big scores, haven't they? They've been pretty powerful this year in spells.
100%. Obviously, Raul Jimenez suspended for this one, so Carlos Vinicius comes in, I think, and then Adrabayo at right centre back, who's started the last couple of games. Didn't really get a look in for a while, but he's back in. Obviously, no Tim Ream the Dream, unfortunately. But yeah, Anton Robinson's looked really good. L5 of 74, which is mental. But yeah, Willian, Pereira have all been really good. Tom Kearney's been like Tom Kearney. I mean, obviously, we've known Tom Kearney for years in that sense, playing champ and prem, whatever, bouncing around. But like, he is the ideal SO5 player. Like when I look at him play, like lovely left foot, can find a pass, should get assists, take set pieces. But like, it just never has really happened from, since I've ever wanted to sort of buy one. And then the last couple of games, he's been absolutely ridiculous. 77 L5. He hasn't really been playing, to be fair, but only the last couple of games he has been playing, and has really found some incredible form.
Yeah. And Burnley, like, I don't hear anyone saying anything good about Burnley. Like, no one gives them a hope in hell.
I know. I feel sorry for him in a way. Brownhill's been scoring really well. I've got to give it to him. Again, he's another one that, like, he was great in the champ, obviously, wasn't he? He was like one of the apex cards to have. He was like the Drewsbury Hall of last season. But obviously, going to the Prem, it's always going to be harder. But over the last couple of games, he's really shown some really good SO5 prowess. So, I'm not saying this is the game for him again, but he's probably been the only one that you could pick out of that bunch, really, and be like, yeah, you know what? You've actually managed to step up and score pretty well on this game.
Yeah, fair. And then, there's Southampton, another one in the Championship, another relegation play, So Southampton, they're high in the table, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, they're top
fourth.
3, I believe. Fourth, yeah.
Fourth. And tied on points with Leeds, so yeah, it could be third.
Okay.
But first two, by the way, Ipswich, I know the manager there has been making a lot of headlines. What's his name, McKenna or something? He's hot property now.
This weekend, by the way. So.
Oh, wow.
It's Leeds, Ipswich. Leeds are at home for that one. Southampton, I mean, this is a game they've got to win. Like you said, QPR are struggling right now, and Southampton have sneakishly gone, not under the radar, but like they've gone on a bit of a streak recently as far as winning games. There's not many clean sheets in there, but as far as games won, like they've actually been pretty good. Armstrong's been incredible. Well, both of them have, to be fair. Two really strong arms. And then, the rest of the team have been performing unbelievably well. Carl Walker-Peters scored like a 60 AA last week without a clean sheet or something. No, it was with a clean sheet. It was just stupid. It was like an incredible amount of final third passes, which is fun for your defender, of course. He's like the budget Trent in the champ. Well, I say budget, but he's just the champ Trent. But team's looking really good at Southampton. Really good.
Yeah, I'm really tempted to get a wee Stuart Armstrong because I know he won't really play when they get back to the Prem, if they get back to the Prem, but he's really good in the Championship, and I've got a bookmark. He scored a belter of a goal. Like, I just love seeing him score belters, man. He takes some good goals. Harwood Bellis, KWP, man. It's a really nice little squad. Edozie, Man City kid, still there, obviously. Spent big money on him. Lavia and Liveramento when they got promoted like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, whatever. So they still got him. He's coming into a game now. And fun team.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Trabzonspor. Let's have a peek in Turkey. I don't know what day of the week they play, but the way this is set up now is same day as Saturday or whatever. So that's easy. So Trabzonspor is on screen for anyone that wants it now. Big Paul up front, Tall Paul, Bakasetas, Visca, decent players. Denswell, Steiger Larson in defence. Basa Shakir. Piantic up front. Do we know anyone else? Abid, I think he's been around. And
Leo Dubois.
Duarte and Dubois. Babacan.
Leon captain. Yeah, I mean...
They're okay.
Yeah, they're okay. Big Paul will probably score a couple, I assume. Big Paul. And
then the Heartbreakers, Kilmarnock. They're playing St Mirren, who are also Heartbreakers. They like to... Oh, no, St Johnstone, sorry. St Johnstone, I thought it was St Mirren. But Kelly at home, they've been pretty decent this year. Where do they sit in the table at the moment? 5th on 24 points. A victory in a game like this could, depending on where games go elsewhere, could take them to 3rd, which I know would probably make them all pretty happy with the form they've been in recently. You kind of know what you're getting with them if you look at the form and everything, but that's the team on screen that's expected to play. And St Johnstone now with Craig Levine in charge are shaping up maybe slightly more narrow. Don't really know how to read this lineup, to be honest with you, but yeah, could be good. Kusharev and Kane up front. Not the same Kane that you're thinking of, but Kane up front all the same. Sivasspor, will we look at that or we go straight to Tottenham?
I'd go straight to Tottenham.
Go straight to Tottenham. If you want Sivasspor, you can rebel in the live chat and let us know, and we will bow to your demand. There's no problems there. But we'll go to Tottenham because this is another big game as well. The top four, Harry, I think this is easily the most interesting top 4/title race we've had probably since the Man City era began. It's so open this year. Three teams are ahead of City right now.
I know, it's nuts, mate. Honestly, it is really, really weird. But I think I was listening to Neville a couple of days ago on his podcast, and like it is just hard to like bounce back from like a treble win. Like, when I say bounce back, I mean like do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you've had that high, it is just really hard to keep that going. Like straight away, you might have a bit of a one season hangover, half a season hangover, like we've maybe seen with City. They might turn it on this second half of the season. Don't get me wrong, they probably will. But I just think once you've got so high, you've just done something stupidly hard to do in that sense in the footballing world. You just do have to come back down to earth for a certain amount of time. So everyone, we're all human, or they're all human at the end of the day. And like, yeah, I think it's made good viewing, for football fans, neutrals or whatever, because like you said, it is wide open. But this Tottenham game is massive because Everton are fucking very good right now. Like, not conceding goals in 4 games good.
Yeah. And it's a real
is that?
Like the thing with the Everton front line, right, is it is like it's like elite Burnley. It's like it's the best, like the whole team basically. It's like if you made the best version of Burnley you possibly could. Harrison and McNeil on the wings, Calvert-Lewin up front, and then you've got Onana and Gueye, your water carriers in midfield, and in that back four, like 2 of them used to play for Burnley, so like go figure, Yeah. But yeah, man, they're doing the business, aren't they? They're now under adversity, but this will be a really open game. Be quite good to watch probably, because you know what Tottenham bring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what Tottenham bring, but then I'm like,
Kulusevski number 10, by the way. Have you seen?
That is a thing. I have seen, because I've got rid of mine, and now he turned into fucking
De Bruyne.
Yeah, now Pep wants to yeah, literally. He is literally baby De Bruyne right now. So yeah, that's great timing from myself. But yeah, I was just thinking this morning, do I play Brennan? Because like,
yeah,
it is a great fixture. Obviously, we're at home. Oh, when I say we, Tottenham are at home, but like Everton are fucking good, man. They're playing like they're playing with so much, or they're playing for so much to play for right now. Like, it's ridiculous with obviously the points deduction or whatever. Like, I don't know. They've just had an incredible run of games the last 4, and man, I don't know. I really don't know how this goes. It's easy to say Tottenham are going to win it, but like, mate, I really, really don't know.
It's Pickford for me. Pickford's the thing that, like, if there's 10 shots for each team, Tottenham are scoring way more than Everton in this game.
Well, yeah, you'd have to say so. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So
and it does feel that type of game. It feels like it could be like a 3-2 or 4-2. Like, I feel like there's goals in this, even though I know I've gone against what I've said in the sense that Everton have, been very good at keeping out shots and goals. It's going to be harder away to Tottenham, isn't it? It's going to be incredibly hard. I've watched Tottenham at home, and as we know, they play an incredible, expansive game. And I just, man, I don't know how Everton are going to keep it tight for 90. I really don't.
Well, McNeil, Harrison, I don't know about Garner, but I'm pretty sure Garner as well. Like, they all kind of rank really highly and see all these kind of modern, progressive, pressing kind of motions and statistics and all the rest of it, ground covered and whatever. So the way Tottenham, like, I make you right. I think there's more goals in this than people maybe would give credit for on first glance. Like, I think this could be a really good one to watch for both sides. Good goals. But I think it'll be the keepers that will separate them ultimately. Because I don't think there's much difference in the goal output, really, because Tottenham don't score that often this season. They've not been like high scoring. They've been free attacking, but they've not been blasting teams in that sense. So yeah, I think this could be the outlier game for both of them, where there's a wee bit back and forth and a lot of goals in the game. So yeah, it should be fun. And then, Harry Boy, we've only got you for 15 left. Is there a game or two you want to look at, or is there something you want to do in your last kind of little segment before we miss you a Merry Christmas?
I mean, we could do Chelsea. I'm just looking at the list here. There's nothing that pops out Premier League wise outside of maybe a Chelsea Wolves. I mean,
Chelsea Wolves, yeah. Was that Monday night? I think
Chelsea
it was.
Wolves.
No,
is probably. To be fair, we got Liverpool Arsenal as well. Should we end on Liverpool Arsenal? Not end, but definitely cover that.
Here's Wolves if anyone wants it, and here is Chelsea if anyone wants it.
What are you doing with your Cunha this weekend, Quinny?
Cunha, well, I can't remember if he made a team or not. I think he did. I think Chelsea's defence is pretty weak. I know Petrovic is a decent keeper, but good shot stopper.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like Wolves strikers aren't really that amazing. That maybe, I don't know. It's a tough one. Don't really know, but I was more interested in Kunku in this game. Not on to start. I think he might. I know he played the cup at the weekend. I think they need him. So maybe they don't start him because it's away, but I'm more interested in Kunku, I think, than Cunha in this one. And that's normally when Cunha scores big, when I'm not that interested in him.
100%.
And Arsenal-Liverpool, sorry, we said as well, didn't we? Is that maybe Saturday then? Arsenal-Liverpool, yeah. So top of the table clash here, huge 6-pointer. Liverpool at home. Klopp is telling the fans, if you don't feel up for the game, give your ticket to someone else. I want you on your toes from minute go. This is a huge, huge game. And his quote, if you listen to the full segment of the press conference, he says stuff like, last season you told me what the team needed, and he's referencing midfield and what he's went and bought in the summer. And he's saying, so like, I'm doing everything you're saying. Now I need you to be on your feet. We're attacking, make it happen. The battle cry has went out. He's sounding the war horn. Klopp is wanting Anfield to be ruckus because after the Man United game, it was getting pelters for having a stinking atmosphere and being devoid of atmosphere and all the rest of it. So Liverpool, this looks like a strong team. But when you look at midfield, it's not really the best they could have, is it?
It's not the team that played against United. Like Gakpo didn't start, Curtis didn't start. So I think there might be 2 changes from that game. Did Nunes start? Yeah, he must have. I know Diaz played. I think Grav played against United, I believe. So yeah, it's obviously a little bit different. They had a good win in the cup in the midweek. Szoboszlai with a really good strike, one of his textbook sort of outside the box knuckleballs, which was fun. But yeah, mate, did you watch the Man U Liverpool game last week?
I didn't.
So, like, obviously, yeah, you know, atmosphere wasn't great, whatever, 0-0. But, like, Liverpool battered Man U, obviously. Like, they really did. But, like, United just did defend quite well, if we're being honest. Like, they just did. Like, Varane was really good and whatever. I don't think Liverpool will have the luxury. Well, obviously, they're not going to have the luxury of...
I did watch it.
Did you watch it? Yeah. I'm just saying, like, the like, Arsenal... Oh, well, we know what... And no Man United. So, like, this is going to be a very open game, I'd assume, judging off, you know, what happened last week with United. They were happy with a draw, which was fine. Like, I'm not sort of looking down upon that, but they just were. Like, this is going to be a bit tough. Well, obviously, a lot harder for Liverpool. The one thing I think's really interesting here is that Saka and Tsimikas situation. Like, I don't rate Tsimikas at all. I think he's miles below the standard of, like, a Robbo, which is not really, you know, a big statement. But, like, in this type of game against Saka, best right wing in the league, bar none for me. As far as, like, one-on-one, like, this could be tough. We saw Milner get absolutely run to shreds on the weekend against Brighton. Against Brighton. I really struggle to see how Tsimikas, like, looks after him there. I know Van Dijk will come in and try and cover, but, like, and then you've got Martinelli against Trent, which we know, like, I know Trent's unbelievable, but defensively, you know, Martinelli's not fun to have to defend again. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. Really is. Like, I don't know, man. We say about Liverpool's midfield, but that looks a stronger midfield to me. Rice, Odegaard, Havertz right now.
Someone shouted in the live chat right at the beginning of the show, Rice last minute or something. So
that was Luton. That was
Rice in?
Game.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a reference to something. Sorry. I thought
When
that was talking about last minute news. Rice is out for the weekend.
Right.
And I was going to ask now, is it that he's in? Because he's here now, but yeah.
Yeah, man. I
Look
don't
at the
know.
table, man.
I think Arsenal turned Liverpool over here. I really do.
They conceded the same amount of goals, basically scored 1 goal between them, 1 point between them as well. Yeah, mad tight. Huge 6-pointer. It's got a wee bit of the feel of the Man United game in the sense that, like, Liverpool don't want to draw this, but Arsenal maybe don't mind a draw. And, like,
this
became 1-1 or 0-0. I wouldn't be that surprised at the end of it. It's got one of those big game feels about it, perhaps.
Yeah, I'd be very shocked if Arsenal don't. Like, if Arsenal lose this game, I'd be very shocked. I'm expecting, you know, Arsenal or the draw to kind of come in if I had, like, a gun to my head right now. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Joshua, some teams, Harry boy?
Yeah, we'll get a couple of teams. Honestly, I'm quite...
I'll tell you this before...
Go on.
Harry will show us some teams before he boosts, but I'll let you guys know this in hours. About 80 to 100 of you watching across platforms. I've got a 3D card, a rare, to give away today, right? But you know the rules, guys. We're only at 22 likes. Sorare own and control the internet. If you're trying to get some good rewards tonight and you've not already liked the stream, then you are doing it all wrong. Sorare know who comes to the show. They know who clicks the like button. And if you do that, you get better rewards. You don't get DNPs either. And the captains are normally a wee bit more powerful. Do yourself a favour. Do us all a favour. Once we get to 67 likes, we'll do the giveaway and we'll announce all that good stuff. By that time, Harry might not be with us. But I thought I'd let you know all that. We're going to be doing that. So get the like button smashed. And Harry can let us know what he's up to this game week.
Honestly, mate, I've got I've just not got many options this week. I've got 2 rare keepers, no super rares, 1 limited keeper. So we're going with under 23 rare plus as like the main lineup. Loads of different variations could have went into this, but I've gone with like Busio and Elanga because they both have 2 matchups. So I'm like playing on that type of situation over anything else. Moran at home to Watford, Owen Beck and Dundee at home to Aberdeen, and obviously Bazunu away to QPR. So, you know, all with good matchups, I think, on paper. Campbell hopefully he starts. Like we said, he didn't play yesterday, but I'm hoping that 5-1 spanking means he's back in. Brennan, Mayoshi, Idris Agana-Gay, and then James Hill as the captain. I think I squeezed in 239 points. I left 1 point to spare, and then just a 4-man 240 effort that, you know, is obviously, you know, I'm not expecting anything here. To be honest, Nico has 2 matchups, so obviously one's going to be against Newcastle. So new manager, we don't really know what's going to go on with Forest. Weezermont said he'll be at the game. Love that, mate. That's class. But yeah, not honestly, not too much to shout on this weekend. And then a little 240 limited for the road to glory. I brought in this striker, Nuno da Costa, this morning because I didn't have a forward. So I thought, why not? £2 on him. Hopefully we win the Threshy if Campbell plays. And yeah, mate, just honestly, not much. I'll be honest. As you can see, there's not much going on here for me. I know you've got a lot more going on than, well, I assume you have a lot more going on with Celtic and All Black. You must have a decent amount of teams, no?
I've got a few teams. Scripsy's kind of take the legs out from under me on one of them. I guess I'll kind of show my teams for a wee second, just while we're getting the likes up and we're wishing you a bon voyage, Harry. I've actually got a wee offer from Hendo in the chat to come on a super sub. If there's anyone else that's kind of been on before, and I know like feel free to let me know. I'll maybe send some links out. We'll maybe get some gate crashers coming in and in the final hour here. When the show does end as well, we'll be doing the giveaway, of course, like I mentioned already. But there's also the premiere of Looking Up with Laird on Sorare TV with Harry Trades, my man here, and Sam Tye, the football guy. So plenty of action on today, guys, to wish you a fond farewell into the Christmas period. We're nowhere near the end of the show, just letting you know what's kind of going on everywhere else. But 6 teams confirmed. So that's I've got 6 teams, Harry, that might go and do something. Okay. But now Skrupski is probably a DNP, but that's in 240. So, like, it's 240. So,
okay. All-Star Super looks good. I like the All-Star Super. Wow. That's really strong.
Yeah, begin. Captain. I've got to get him in a winning team this week, don't I? Somehow.
Yeah, you do.
Something now.
You do. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit more conservative here with Sora Josh. I think Scales, with the form he's in, wow. I think he's the man of this lineup for me. Has to be.
You think so? I think it's Captain Scales.
I mean, I don't know, man. He's been so good. I just can't see him dropping anything less than like a 70 here, can he? Surely.
How do we look at this now? We click on the bars. Interesting. So, yeah, he is pretty hot to trot, isn't he?
He's just like, I just can't see what he doesn't do here for you in that sense. Like, I'm not saying McGinn won't have a good game tonight, but I don't know. I'm weird with my voodoos and stuff and like Friday night. I'm not saying McGinn won't do anything. I think he will play well and he probably does get a DA of some sort. But does he outscore Scales? I'd like to think he doesn't, but you know, they do have a great matchup. So let's not kid ourselves. It could happen. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I just think this could be this is Villa to go top of the league. Like, how do they not like run over Sheffield at home? McGinn didn't really play too much recently. He's been getting a wee bit of rest and stuff as well.
Yeah, you're right.
Curtailed and stuff. This should be a big one. 83 against Arsenal.
No,
66 against City with no decisive, or was that decisive in that one?
His floor is low. His floor is high enough, but I just think Scales' floor is just even higher. Well, clearly it is. Do you know what I mean? I just think like I don't know. I think he's safer. But if you know, I want this team to do as well as it can. Obviously, I'm not competing with you anywhere here. So Ross says, yeah, Scales 40. I just think he passes the game to like a 40.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And that's just easier to do, isn't it, than like McGinn scoring a goal, if we're being honest. Like, it just is. I'm not saying McGinn won't do something tonight, but like it is just an easier route to 40 AA for me. I think you're blinded because you really want to like win something with McGinn, and I think you just want to double down, don't you, on the McGinn captain? I know how you think. I know exactly how Quinny thinks.
I want him to rip a 90, and I've got that armband on him on Friday night, and then it's Celtic on Saturday, and it's just party time, you know. But
I know.
Scales is due a goal, and with all this double jinxing, he might get it this weekend.
It's just nice that, like, you know, like it hedges. Obviously, McGinn plays tonight, so like you'll have your captain for Saturday. I like to think of it that way, in a weird way.
Okay, I'm gonna give in.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be shocked. Mark Smith says McGinn 100 tonight. I hope he does. Like, genuinely, even if you haven't, like, I think he will score really well tonight. I just don't know if that really well is better than Scales is really well. I struggle to see it. That's all it is for me. Yeah, Josh probably hit the nail on the head there. McGinn could score 100 tonight, or he's definitely more capable in this matchup than a Scales is, because he won't be very busy, Scales, other than just literally passing. But you know those add up over 90 minutes. So, yeah. So
gotta go big.
Team. Like, if Kyogo bloody scores, man, this team does really well, doesn't it? Surely.
Yeah, that's what I think. Scales is safe, isn't he? But McGinn's for the peak.
He is, but like Scales can peak. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Like, he can peak.
Yeah. Okay. What was the predicted Villa team again?
Somebody asked about 70 for some reason.
Oh, we've got Hendo, the super sub. Welcome, Hendo. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Hendo.
We can't hear you, bud. But West Ham Man United's on screen if anyone wants it now. It could be a good game. Man United really need to do something about it. If you're asking my opinion, they need to get. This is a big 3 points for them. But yeah, Man United, West Ham, we'll see them coming. Yeah, interesting one. 12:30 tomorrow. So that'll start the weekend off. That'll be fun. There we go. I think we can hear you, Hendo.
I just took my headphones out. Can you still hear me okay with it, then?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, interesting debate around the Celtic ones. I've kind of got the
same. On the left of midfield, so he'll be getting advanced. You know, he'll be getting into the forward zones. He's not going to be playing sitting midfield alongside somebody. So, I don't know about that. McGinn on the left.
It's a tough one.
So McGinn. Easy.
McGinn's always in that kind of position, though, Quinny. He's always in
left
that.
mid. Left mid. No, always centre mid here against Brentford. He was playing like dead centre mid as well. I watched the game. He was like proper sitting. Left mid. Yeah, a lot of left mids. But not always. We can here.
Like, they don't play wings, do they? They play like 2-2-2, if that makes sense.
I want him on the left, but
he plays in like the half spaces on the left rather than being a left.
Yeah.
And it's worked out pretty well.
Aye.
Anyway, lads, I'm going to love you and leave you. I wish everyone
Harry.
A massive Merry Christmas if you're celebrating. And yeah, massive good luck for this game week. And I'll be tuning in. I'll be tuning into the stream now after I leave. So yeah, no worries there. But yeah, all the best, Quinny. All the best, Hendo. Everyone in the chat as well. And yeah, lads, I'll catch you very, very soon.
See you later, buddy.
Merry Christmas, Harry. Been a pleasure, lads. Mate. See you soon. Have a good one. There we go. Harry boy, the legend that is. Hendo, good to see you, mate. The second hour, we normally kind of, as you know, probably from being in the live chat, sometimes we'll take some requests, we'll look at some teams. We started a little bit earlier today because Harry did have to nip off. So we've got through the meat and the bones of the main matchup. So anyone in the live chat, if there's a predicted team or any news you've got, obviously throw it out there. We'll get to it before the deadline closes. We've got a giveaway to do as well before we leave these for Christmas. We're only at 39 likes, but guys, we need to get to 67 before we can do the giveaway and all that good stuff. But Hendo, good to see you, mate. How are you?
Likewise, mate. Yes, very slow day at work, so I thought, you know what, I'll bail Quinny out and help him out. But yes, very good, mate. Last day of working for a couple of days. How's you?
Aye, not too bad. This has been my last day in here. Then I'll be 4 days out of shop, out of the studio, but in here recording some videos and that. So hopefully, hopefully everyone has a giggle. There'll be a wee video on Christmas Day. It's only 2 minutes long. Hopefully it's a laugh, and there'll be some other like normal content around that as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to like 4 days out of here. You know, like I'm properly like away for 4 days, which is the first time with the whole gang that I'll be doing that this year. So mad looking forward to it. Be good.
Excellent, mate. That's what it's all about. Family time, getting a bit of recharge, and then obviously it's quite a busy period, especially for people with, SPFL heavy gala days, I guess, like ourselves, where it's kind of set. This is sort of the weeks where we really need to maximise what we've got going on. So I'm looking forward to that as well, as much as it's maybe not. It doesn't have to be as active because you're kind of almost forced into lineups, but that's the dilemma I've had this week. Was it All-Star Super or was it try to shoehorn in a cap 240? But the problem is a lot of these players are just a little bit too high in terms of their cap to actually squeeze in. So I went for All-Star Super without a unique. I don't know what your kind of opinion is on that, but it's quite a nice looking team.
I think the unique is just like your topper, isn't it? It just kind of like helps you go over the top because it is like not. If you look at the teams that win cards, there's not that many uniques in amongst them very often. Like it's a nice to have rather than a need to have. Like in the pro situation, maybe the second super rares in that, it really is in that zone. Although a lot of us tell ourselves it isn't. Me especially, I'm the biggest one for needs to be 2 supers. So yeah, I don't think it's that essential, mate. Weasel Mount has also sent something over, by the way, to contribute to the giveaway, and this guy is a firm favourite in the Sorare community. So that'll be a wee limited card. Thanks very much, Weasel Mount, for the generosity and all the support for the channel this year, mate. Merry Christmas. And we'll give that one away too. So thanks very much, mate. Bye. So you get good faith in that one then, Hendo?
Yeah, I do. The only thing I've got to kind of contest with is I've basically got All-Star and I've got All-Star Super Rare and All-Star Rare Pro or Plus, or whatever it's called these days. The only decision is, do I go with Alistair Johnson over McGinn or McGinn over Alistair Johnson in terms of which lineup? Both of them have got Carter Vickers in them. So again, it'll be Celtic double up either way it goes. So it doesn't really matter. It's just where do I want to avoid the Friday curse? So at the moment, I've got McGinn in the All-Star Super lineup. And I've got Alistair Johnson in the All-Star Rare Pro. But again, I don't think it makes much difference. I've not got a hell of a lot of faith in Kyogo. So he's in the All-Star Rare Plus with O'Reilly and Carter Vickers, just to keep all the Celtic boys together. Of course, with no Celtic goalkeeper, because Joe Hart is, of course, the ticking time bomb that we want to avoid. And it's almost like there's a point in time, if you hadn't bought him by this point, he's now almost getting worse and worse to own. You'd like to think in January Celtic go out and strengthen, but given Celtic's track record, there's a good chance you might get utility till the end of the year, and potentially even beyond. Depending on how they go out and actually attack this transfer window. So again, I don't think it'll make too much difference, but Sorare Data seems to think that this is the optimal way to line up the cards.
I didn't even check my optimal. I think it would have probably spat out something not too dissimilar. I've not got that many options, it must be said.
It was one of those weeks, mate. Mine's came out exactly how I'd lined them up anyway. So again, that's just about having a lack of options. I think the only one, I guess, somewhat contentious is not having Maida lined up. Mark's got him 95%. I don't know if I fancy him that much against Livingston, but I'd need to go back and kind of see how he's done there previously. Alistair Johnson's had 260 pluses in the time that he's played Livingston, which is encouraging.
I think Maida's been good against Livy. He's good for a tap in a crowded box, like a wee scramble, and he just gets his wee head to it or pokes a wee toe off something, So I think Maida's been no bad against Livy. Maybe that's more away than at home.
Yeah, he's got an 82 and a 61 the 2 times he's played them. So there you go.
Yeah.
Right. He's played striker in both of them, which he won't be doing this week.
No, I think the first time he played up front against Livy, it was I think it was the end of Ange's first season, and it was like maybe people were injured and stuff. And
Kyogo was out with a shoulder injury, wasn't he? So Maida played up top. But no, I think this week he's probably good for like 60 minutes just when coming back from injury and then maybe coming off. So I'm just going to leave him out for this week, so I don't really need him. I've got Kulusevski, which Harry mentioned before. Obviously, great attacking option. I've got Callum Wilson against Nottingham Forest. Which he's AAA, I think, this week, which is bizarre because he's normally just a 60 or a 35 kind of guy. But I don't know if Isaac's maybe carrying an injury. But Wilson's 80% on play sharper, so I went with double attack there. And then obviously Kyogo's the super in the All-Star rare. And I've put Kevin Nisbet in the cap 220. They've got 2 games this week, so I'd rather have the safety of having 2 scores rather than 1. And that's it. Apart from that, kind of no other goalkeepers to use, so that's why there's no other lineups, because there's a few big cards like Van Dijk not being used anywhere, but again Saliba both playing each other. I've not used Szymanski because they've got Galatasaray, and I've not used Solanke, who's been on fire, so there's a lot of cards there missing out.
It's hard when you've not got the goalkeepers to get all the teams out, but it's also the quality of depth that you also need as well for these thinner weeks, because again, like you can't enter more tournaments. There's not multi-entry and All-Star and whatever. So it's just been forcing yourself to make the teams as good as you possibly can.
Yeah.
So,
I was saying to Jay earlier, he's had a couple of comments obviously on the Celtic stuff. I don't know if O'Reilly we spoke about to Inter Milan. Obviously we spoke about it in the chat quite a bit.
To Inter Milan?
To Inter Milan, yeah. I don't know if you've seen this. So they're proposing...
No.
They're proposing, it only came out about an hour ago, and it's Daily Record. So again, they're saying Sky Sports is reporting it. And it's a loan deal with a mandatory buy clause. And I basically said, listen, even though Celtic don't need money, let's not get it wrong. They are a selling club. And if something comes in where, if it's 20 million plus is a mandatory fee, structured in the right way, i.e. plenty of money up front, I don't see Celtic being able to, 1, reject it, and 2, expect him to not take that. I mean, they're 4 points clear at the top of Serie A. He could go to them, win a Scudetto, and then move permanently for big money. And to be honest, looking at their midfield, he could certainly challenge going in there. He could actually be a huge success.
I'd agree. I think he'd do really well in a team like Inter. He'd be very good in it. Like, you don't need to be that quick across ground. And in that shape, like that midfield 3, none of them are really that quick across the ground, So it probably fits in there really good.
Yeah, I think Lewis Ferguson's a prototype, isn't he? In terms of like someone who's not quick but covers a lot of ground, and he's attacking minded in terms of he can get returns. I was actually looking at the table, and Bologna sitting 4th with Ferguson. I think he's captain the team, so it can just show you how quickly the rise can actually be. So I just said I really hope for your sake it's not, because it's going to end up being a Turnbull with shots from the edge of the box for the next 6 months.
Probably be, I don't know, if Farrelly did go in January, obviously Hatate will be back fit. I think he plays Hatate, McGregor, Iwata. That's a high energy, not really strong, but high energy midfield at least anyway. But he want to sign somebody to replace O'Reilly clearly. But that's a bit of a shocker. I seen that Newcastle and Leicester were scouting him, and I thought there's definitely a possibility we hold out for a big fee from an English team, because he is like homegrown qualified for English clubs. So somebody like Newcastle could pay a chunky couple of quid for a guy like that.
It's said in the post that I think Atletico Madrid, PSV, there was quite a lot of teams linked, mate. Newcastle, I think, were maybe one of them.
Interesting. Feel free to let us know anyone in the chat wants to catch up on that. We've got Harry Trades in here as well. He'll be in his car moving on his way at light speed to the private jet on his way to Saudi Arabia as he read X's on us over the winter period. But yeah, Harry boy, good to see you. And yeah, guys, if there's any other lineups you want to see, let us know in the live chat. On you go, Hendo.
Aston Villa and West Ham are 2 of the other teams. Can you imagine Aston Villa after all the hype you've been giving them, Quinny, and you're like, they maybe just need this one extra piece. Imagine that piece was Matt O'Reilly to go and take them to the Premier League. That would be incredible.
He would be pretty good at Villa, but I don't think he's. Yeah, I suppose he could fit. I don't know. I was thinking more I know they've had him and he's not really worked out, but I was thinking more of a Coutinho type, like somebody more like that. They need probably sprinkled in just a wee, maybe more of an Hatate. I wouldn't put Hatate in the Villa team, but more of that than the O'Reilly kind of thing. But yeah, I could see it for sure. It's all about Moneyball with Villa. So if they fancy him to be a prospect they can sign for whatever we charge, if they can add on 20 on the backside to whoever they punt him to, Villa could be all about that. Yeah, that's true as well. Scottish media do like the big flamboyant links before a derby. There is a bit of track record for that, a wee bit of form. Fist bumps, by the way. We've also had another donation from Mikey Basson, huge hero on the channel, huge supporter. Thanks again, Mikey. So we've got 2 limiteds to give away, along with the rare that'll be given away. We're at 43 likes, guys. I'm sure we can get up to 67. I'll have another look at the matchups tab just to see what's going on this game week as well, because we did cut off a wee bit prematurely compared to normal, because Harry did have to cut some shapes and move on. And if we just double check where we were at in the running order. So I think we'd covered most of the top flight, the most primary kind of games or whatever. And yeah, we'd got down to, we missed over, no, we did Kelly, we did Tottenham. Yeah, we got down to around here. Chelsea, we did Arsenal, Liverpool. And yeah, I do think it does really tail off down here. I don't think there's that many significant SO5 teams. Anderlecht, maybe have we peek at them? So they've been actually a wee bit surprising this year. Have we peek at Anderlecht? It's mainly Bruges been a wee bit surprising, perhaps how low they've been this season. But Anderlecht have definitely been doing a little bit better with the likes of Forgan Hazard. Yeah, Dahlberg is in the house for Tongan. Kasper Schmeichel in goals. Still no card, it appears, for Kasper. We've had some new faces auctions, but none for him yet. Tom Delaney there as well, obviously. Decent.
Yeah, it's a solid outfit. I think Anders Dreyer was maybe a fairly recent pickup. Ex St Mirren, which is interesting. It always gets brought up when he plays in Europe against the Scottish team. And interesting with Kasper Schmeichel, obviously he's quite old, but he did do an interview and he's like, if Leicester came back calling, I'd struggle to turn them down. So it could be that he ends up as a champ goalkeeper next season if they decide to go back there. But I'm not sure if they will at this point.
Yeah, I think that's one of those ones you don't go back, sort of thing.
Maybe.
So that's interesting. But it's good to see that he fancies himself at the level, that's good. And Genk, bit of a wonder kid outfit this year. The guys like Federa, still no card. And El Canus, which we know is McBride's love child at the moment. He's loving that rookie super he's got from last year. Really solid back line. Van de Vert's on. Galaraza in midfield.
It feels like a very familiar team. It's like one we've all seen. They've had cards for years. People like Cuesta, Joris Kayembe, like Munoz has always been a good scorer. Brian Haynen's always been there or thereabouts in the kind of champ in terms of the challenger region. So I think they're like known quantities, and El Canus has just kind of came out of nowhere, made a nice impression. And like you said, McBride, of course, reaping the benefits, which is no shock to us.
Got a request in the live chat for Empoli Lazio. So Empoli are at home in this one. And anyone in here that's notable? I think Luperto and Berisha is like little budget guys, but no one else in this team really jumps out to me. And Lazio look to line up as follows, if anyone's got those cards. Any thoughts on this one, Hendo? Lazio?
I didn't realise Guendouzi was at Lazio. I didn't know that.
Oh, really? Played against Celtic. He was rubbish. And he's been keeping Kamada out of the team a wee bit, which has been annoying for me. He's got a bit more energy. And I think Kamada, like if you play Kamada and Alberto, you just kind of have two, not passengers, but, they're not machines, So, yeah, Guendouzi's been a bit of a pain in the ass for me.
Yeah, Immobile, I guess there was a window where he was probably very affordable when he was obviously looking towards Saudi moves. I've not looked at his graph, but he seems to be back in a little bit of form at least.
Aye, Immobile, let's see. I don't know if he would move to Saudi, especially now he's been breaking like Serie A records this year. Sometimes like after the record, people maybe move on, but maybe somebody like him, he just keeps on kicking on a wee bit.
I'm wrong. I thought he dipped off, but he hasn't really. To be honest, he's probably about as low as he's been all season, so...
Yeah, 94 quid.
94 quid for a rare. I mean, he's proven quality. He's 33, so he's not like ridiculous old. He's got a contract for 3 more years. That's pretty good.
Yeah, not too shabby for a wee Ciro Immobile.
I mean, he's got 170 plus in the last 4 months, and it's against Celtic as a sub.
Just a wee goal scorer, but isn't he? You know what I mean? He's on pens. I know with having McBride in the group chat, he loves his Immobile. It's just a notification factory, isn't it? Did you say something there? So I think you may have cut out.
No, I was.
Sorry.
No, I was just looking at SR Monkey. Late to the party. Hendo sounds way more Scottish than you, Quinny.
Really?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Glaswegian's maybe a little bit softer in terms of accent. I don't know. Fife's a little bit more harsh.
It's normally the other way around. I'm very tame for a West Coast accent, speak to many other folk around here, they don't sound like me that way. So that's funny to hear from SR Monkey. Fist bump, by the way, thanks for joining us. Hope you've had a good year, mate. Thanks for all your support. Merry Christmas and all that good stuff. Rumours of Arriaga leaving Genk in January. Interesting. Alberto out last game because he went against his teammates. Ooh, interesting. Verbally. Okay, got you. So he's had a bit of a... I don't put a posh voice on. I just talk. This is just the way I talk. It's just it does change when I get drunk, but like I think it does for everyone. And on the Fifers.
Yes, Ross. Nice one, mate. I don't know if you missed that one there. Do I captain Konza or Johnson? I'm assuming he means Alistair Johnson. And obviously Ezri Konza. Konza's one of those weird ones that I think we've even spoke about him, Quinny. He's one of these people where like Aston Villa have kind of risen up, and he's very highly touted by a lot of English people. And I didn't really buy into the hype until like I watched him this season. He's really good. I think it depends on what position he plays, though. I think he's been deployed at centre back and right back.
Right back is the big scores, isn't it, from first glance?
Yeah, which is kind of contrary to what they normally. I don't know if it's because he maybe tucks in a little bit on as a right back. It doesn't necessarily play as like a flying wing back per se, but more of like a right back that wins these duels kind of thing. I don't know.
80 accurate passes in that position, no attacking output.
Was that 5 positive duels there in terms of like 5? Was it 6-1 and 1 lost?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was the case.
Let's see another one without decisive, hopefully. Here's one with a low score, so let's just get a gauge of even in a bad game. Yeah, accurate passing, accurate final third.
Still one more duels than lost.
Yep.
Interesting.
And that was now a low scorer. And then in the high scorer, let's say Man City, 48, where was it all won? Jules 6-0.
Yeah.
A couple of accurate final third passes amounting to 20 points total. So yeah, it's 1-on-1 with a winger. Doesn't get beat.
He feels a bit like Wan-Bissaka. Like anytime I watch him, he's very good at his 1-on-1 duels. He doesn't lose a lot of them. And that obviously contributes. If he does that, plus he has a good game with tackles, there's your double-double, or that
39 accurate final third passes.
Wow. And who was that against?
Brentford.
They must have.
So they just gave the pitch away.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Well, I mean, between him and Alistair Johnson, I don't know. I'm hoping for a massive Alistair Johnson score, because it's going to be exactly what you expect against Levy. They are going to be camped in their half, and Celtic are just going to be passing around the back. Alistair Johnson's going to be on the byline, but the problem is he's not in. Well, I didn't say that he's got an L561. I was going to say he's not in great form, but
yeah. Is this a clearance off the line and a penalty one?
There's a lack of clean sheets going on here, by the way.
Big time. 28-80 in this game. This is what you're after from AJ, isn't it? A couple of tackles. Well, I thought he was going to have a wee double-double here, but he doesn't. 42 final third passes. Huge.
That's exactly what you're expecting. That's exactly what you're expecting. Imagine you add a clean sheet on top of that. Listen, Livingston, I think, have scored the least goals in the league. They are really struggling. Albeit they did score against Aberdeen. They do not look particularly potent. So if you could add these 63, 64s, if you're adding 14 points onto that, I'm not sure Konza can necessarily match that, but
I would agree. But the Chef game, if it went totally to paper, he could, but the reality of the game is it probably won't go that way. So yeah, I think you're right.
And
you can't trust the clean sheet. You're right there.
Is AJ more decisive capable? Potentially. Yeah, Konza can pop up with maybe got a bit more goal threat. I think AJ's maybe better for an assist, or like you said, they're like a kind of rogue pen one or whatever.
Yeah.
Can't trust the Celtic clean sheet, correct.
It's been brutal this year for it, I must say. But at 40 minutes to the deadline, guys, we're not quite at our like goal. We're quite close to it. But as soon as we get to 67 likes on YouTube, we'll be giving away, we've got 3 cards, we've got 2 limiteds and a rare. So guys, come on. If you're on Twitter, Twitch, wherever you're watching this, like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, of course. But when you're watching on YouTube, we need to get the likes up, guys. We need to get up to 67. So rare. Know who's liking the stream and who isn't, guys. Help yourself, help the stream and all that good stuff. I've got a little bit of minor surgery to shape around my teams if it looks like Llorente is not going to start. But what I'm worried about now, Hendo, is I've got a DNP, likely goalkeeper. So all of these guys are kind of going down to Swanee. I did have a kind of patchy rare plus team here with odds and ends. So I'm now thinking, did I maybe even just slide my Taylor and my Maeda maybe into this? And maybe, just kind of swap that around a little bit and, maybe just beef this team up ever so slightly.
Yeah, I like it. Taylor is the problem. You got with Taylor is such a good cap option this week. I was looking; he's got 61 expected score, and his cap's 44. So he's very much expected to outperform the cap, and obviously he will play because he's not got any competition at the moment. So aside from that, though, like you say, they're 44, but with a big bonus and stuff, I think you'd be totally fine getting him in here somewhere. but obviously, I assume you take O out.
Maybe. I'm just having a wee double check. Did Crystal Palace play this week? I've not looked at the Palace team. Have Palace got a game? I don't think they do. I don't see them. So I was thinking, I know Edward's been injured, but I was thinking I might even just throw a wee kick-off unique team away, but I need somebody playing football first. No, I don't. So yeah, don't really know how I would actually reshape this. I kind of still want to chase the cap, but without a goalkeeper, it is going to be mad hard.
Well, if you've not got Llorente either, you're not getting the cap with 3.
Of course, yeah.
Palace played last night, Quinny.
Palace what?
Played last night.
Of course, yeah. Okay, so they're just missed out on the game week. Okay, so let's have an peek at this then. So if we slide Taylor in here for defence, give it to you guys as well.
Super rare 220. Sorare, Josh is saying. Could you put it in 220?
It's got the old prizes again, but
you're back to old prizes, yeah, but you never know, like a wee tier 4 super or something.
Yeah, let's have a peek. What do we fancy? Oh, I don't know if the team would fit, but I suppose it would be quite powerful with the likes of Taylor and Maeda in it. 21 cards. If we absolutely killed it, a tier 3.
Yeah, it's pretty garbage, like for top prize.
Maybe Challenger Rare Plus might be the way to go.
See, when you've got tier 2 supers in play, and then you could maybe get you could add a Celtic super reward, like a one that's really good one. That's incentive to go and play.
Yeah, I think so. So Taylor,
why is Marshall in such a not a poor lineup? But obviously, if he goes in All-Star Rare Plus, it's different. But he's just got a very good fixture, hasn't he?
So All Black was cheaper for 240. And for All-Star, I was just doing the Celtic team.
I was just, okay.
Yeah, it was just like, fuck it. I kept on putting All Black or Marshall in it, and I was like, just put the Celtic guys together. It was just frying my head a little bit. Not frying my head, but I think you know what I mean.
Lucas Quarta isn't on to play, Quinny.
Who?
Lucas Quarta, the guy for Fiorentina.
Oh, is he not? Oh, crap, I forgot to check that. Let's have a wee peek. But yeah, good shout. I think he was on. So maybe he's not now. Ranieri's in now. Okay, good catch. By the
way, down below, there's usually comments on why someone's come out. I don't know if you ever do that.
I do sometimes, yeah. Not in the square. I'm just draft waiting. News Italiano. Bonaventura. It doesn't say anything about it, but the centre backs are a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. But if he's not even in the reckoning here, maybe he's got a yellow card suspension or something.
Oh. So first of all, Johantan says, can't you go Challenger with your Marshall and Taylor and stuff, like Challenger Rare Pro or an All-Star? But 1 of 100 Luis Palma auction currently going on.
Interesting. Maybe auction watch for that as well. McBride's chasing it down, I know that. So I'll have a wee look at that.
That's a given. That's a given.
Let's see if we need to make it All-Star, and then maybe we do. But again, it's Celtic have got the best fixture of the game week, so I could maybe just power All-Star with it, My head up front. And then it's the rares. I think the rares let me down at this stage of the game.
So who else have you got then? So obviously Wilson's going to play. Turnbull probably not. Angelino's been bombed out, hasn't he? You can't use Taylor twice.
Iwata. Kamada on the bench. Castellanos on the bench. That's it, kind of. Is there another rare team that could be deprioritized? I've got a 220 here with the likes of Odenholm and Malachi Boateng. I've got this team now that's kind of a bit of actually, I do need to delete this. So if Quattra's coming out, I've not got many forward options, as you can see. But I could probably play O here now.
Who have Spurs got again?
Spurs are playing Everton.
Okay.
And Kunku's not in the starting lineup, so maybe I want to swap that a little bit. Let's put Boateng in, because I know he'll start. He'll just get a 50 or something. And then the fifth man here, we make it somebody easy. So this is just for cap. Doesn't need to be anyone too punchy.
Quattro was under, when you click replies, Quinny, it will show like responses to that actual thing, and it says that he's sick.
Oh, I thought I did, but I couldn't. Oh, sorry, maybe I missed it. Oh, yeah, I see it there.
There you go.
Written and injured section. Nice. Good catch, mate. Thanks for that. So solid, shaky forward, and then fifth man, Turnbull, home. The one of these guys, who the one them feature? Iwata. Fifth man. Who could be the fifth man? Somebody that's just featuring. That's kind of what I'm after. Could be in Kunku still. He'll definitely feature, I think. And he's quite punchy.
I take it Savic is injured.
Savic gets sent off last game week.
That's frustrating. He would have been nice for the cap, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
just don't know his fitness.
You can't put Greg Taylor-Rare in that lineup and then use.
Oh, I could. Yeah. I didn't even really click to that. Yeah, good shout. Awesome. Aye, good spot, Hendo. Right, cool. And then, so what we're looking at now, Marshall to go into a team, and then we've got a 220 to sort out. So we've got Marshall, super rare Taylor. Yep. And then midfield, I think I'm looking at. Wow. I'd like to use a super rare. Yeah, maybe it is just a place. Because otherwise, I'm looking at Odenholm playing in this midfield.
Did you not say Raquelme was on to play?
Yeah. Oh, I've got Nkunku, actually. But yeah, I want to use Maeda super rare as my striker.
Yeah, okay.
So let's try Nkunku, because we know he'll feature. Does this look any good? Maeda, and then last man on rare. It's not really. It's really slim pickings for me. It's probably most certain to feature. Could get decisive from the bench easy enough. Probably pick don't I?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And then Captain or Captain Nkunku, or Captain Marshall. Doesn't really feel like a great team, does it?
Captain Marshall, by the way, which is very rogue, but
it is very rogue. Who are they playing again? Away to County. Could be a good AA game for him, by the way. Captain the keeper. I think I could make a decent 220 team, but it's just like, I know that Taylor and Maeda could smash really big in the super rares in that division. That could be, where does the money start? Top 25? It's not that many games on this week, man. I could do it.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ross County's attack. It's like people who have shots but don't necessarily score a lot of goals. Simon Murray's 60% to play, who is apparently likely to transfer away. Has a 32% clean sheet percentage. Ross County average, it says 1.36 XG, but again, there's not a lot of goals from that midfield other than maybe like Jan Danda, who's a pretty good player, and James Brown's been pretty good at right wing back. But aside from that, it sounds like a lot of people who are taking shots but may not scoring a lot of goals. So maybe Captain Marshall.
Try to do the 220. Oh, sugar 2, sorry.
This is what the last hour's for. It's for fiddling with lineups. Unfortunately, I've not got a lot of fiddling that I can even do, so I'm just doing it vicariously through yourself.
The Marshall's too expensive to get a 220, so I need to swap him with Hart, which isn't really much of an issue really in reality. But so what I'm thinking is, if I won 220, maybe I could win a keeper, and that would kind of help me with this whole Skrupski thing I've got going on. So maybe I do just go to hell with it.
Is Skrupski injured, or what's the script?
The guy just seems to fancy Ravaglia, the number 2 young kid. He's played a couple of games and just fancies him, yeah.
Did you not fancy handcuffing it at the time?
I don't think he had a card, or maybe, I don't know, mate. I've never really looked at the handcuffs. I think the handcuff was Bardi initially, who's a 31-year-old, and this guy kind of came out of left field. He might not have had cards, but I didn't want to say that. Marshall for the win. I think if we swap, I'll just feel really stupid taking Marshall. Actually, I could just put Marshall into this overall black. That might save me 6 points. That may be enough. That makes this 2 points too expensive all of a sudden, even with bloody Depay in it. So that's not going to work. Headaches. Yeah, I think we'll just stick. Let's just swap him for Hart. Because that's just Hart for Marshall. Whatever.
If you take that out, you could do scale. Or you can. Oh well, you could do scales for Romero. That would give you your 2 points in cap because Romero's 67 and Scales is 65.
Oh. I'm probably going to keep Romero in the cap because, like you said, they could get that could be a wild game, and I'm worried that he gets bookings or something like that. I can see the penalty.
I'd be super worried if I was him, if I was you.
Yeah. So I'm kind of trying to limit his impact on the team. So we can pick that core, and how many points? Oh no, this is All-Star Rare. I'm a TIT. Sorry. 220 super. Where the heck is it? So we've got, Hart, 11 points cheaper, so this should make a bit of a difference. Taylor, Raquelme or Illich. Raquelme's cheaper. Maeda, and then 44, can we fit Illich? We can't. Beautiful. This could be a really good 220. I'm kind of of the mind to Captain Taylor,
Yeah.
I don't think Taylor's L5 is that good. I suppose you had the clean sheet on it. It's a bit nicer, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been struggling, Taylor. He's had, unusually as well, characteristic. He had a few poor games, which he's not had for a long time. So he's almost been a byproduct of how the team's played. You'd like to think against a struggling Levy that would hopefully flip.
Yeah.
I don't think 220 is necessarily someone where you're looking at like, who's the most decisive, capable. You're maybe looking for maybe that little bit more steadiness, because even a half decent score gets you in amongst it.
Yeah.
It's tough to say. Because Maida, you're thinking he needs a decisive to make it worth putting him captain.
I'm with you. And then we can get 220 in, so we've still got limited gun. Now let's see, what do we have left in defence? I went with Ralston last time, just in the off chance he comes off the bench. I don't think I've really got another option outside of that, really. I don't think Bernabeu will feature. We've got Quatra out now. Yeah, Angelino's not going to get a game. There's Benkovic. So yeah, hopefully Ralston comes off the bench on an L15 of 51. And then in midfield, I'm going to slide in Odenholm. I've still got Nkunku, by the way. So we could play O up top in this game. We've got 41 points left. So can we drop Odenholm for Nkunku? Does that make a difference? If there's 78 points remaining, who could we play? Turnbull? Is Turnbull more likely to play than Odenholm?
I think so. I would say so. I don't know how prolific Turnbull is off the bench, but I'd say he's more likely to play than Odenholm, yeah.
I've got a wee feeling he starts. Yang not been featuring. I've just got a wee sneaky one on Odenholm. I wanted to play him. But the defender's so bad in this team that it can't even get off the ground, even if something... So there's no way I'm Ralston starting. You know what I mean?
You know if you're chasing a goal that fucking James Forrest is coming on that park. You know he's coming on.
That's fair.
Oh dear.
That is fair.
I mean, he scored off the bench a couple of games ago, didn't he?
Who are we talking about, Jimmy?
Yeah, James Forrest scored a nice goal.
He probably does. Yeah, he's off the bench 3 games in a row. Do we play wee Jimmy? Odenholm's not featured in a while. It's probably a really long shot playing him. I just got a wee feeling that he comes into the game. There's still a Wata, of course. He could be an easy start, but there's just no intel on it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really see his injury. I didn't really know how bad it was. I'm tempted to just stick a Wata in, just on the, just stick a Wata in. But I've just not got another defender to play. It's a shame that Quatra's not well. Could have maybe snuck him in somehow, but thanks to DNP and Nkunku. But I think I'll go captain Nkunku just because why not? I don't think this team can go very far. We just hope Ralston gets a minute. 1 minute is all we need him to get. 25 points. And hopefully there's some scores around him that will make that worthwhile. Cool. Now we're at the like count. We're almost there, guys. There's almost 100 of you watching, which before Christmas, last minute Christmas shopping. I can imagine these are all really busy. Thanks to everyone that is tuning in live. A few people, by the way, little side note, Hendo, a lot of people are asking me, Quinny, how do I change my commons? What you need to do is you need to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the game week if you don't play commons and find the commons and hit the swap button here. If you don't want to scroll all the way to the bottom, like a dinosaur like me, you can just click this all scarcities tab and hit common and it'll bring it up and you just hit that swap button there. Easy peasy. And you can trade them all in and swap them around as much as you want. Can't see the County v Cabbage game being low scoring. Positive for Marshall. Cabbage. It's just what got me there. Sorry. I've got some training teams to throw away. But Endo, do you want to you can share screen? Do you want to show us your teams? I know you were describing them earlier, but do you want to show us them on screen?
Yeah,
While we get the likes up for the giveaway?
Absolutely. I was going to say, surely you've heard the cabbage and ribs for the Hibs, no? I heard that one before. I
didn't. I've heard cabbage and ribs, but I just seen cabbage and I thought he was just ripping. Like it was a green slander or something like that, you know. But cabbage, of course.
Can you see mine here?
Yeah, got you on.
Excellent, good stuff. So if we go into Pro here, my lineup. So the first one here, this is what I was talking about, All-Star Super.
Nice.
The Hearts and the Celtic boys together. Again, this could be Alistair Johnson for double defence instead of McGinn. I quite like the McGinn at home fixture, and but again, I could have moved like Calmat to the midfielder and stuff. And obviously, I could have Kyogo in here, but I've just not got a lot of faith in him. Shanklin's in some nice form. He's got a better. I think he's got roughly a better bonus, maybe just about. It doesn't say there, but I think he's maybe got an extra 1.5% on him or something. So quite happy with that. And then obviously Captain Carter Vickers. I think he could easily pass his way to an 80+. But You tip him in the box as well if he's going to get enough corners. It's just about keeping that bloody clean sheet. That's the main thing. So that team's pretty good. And again, this one's pretty decent as well. Obviously, Norwich at home, which is nice for the goalkeeper. Huddersfield, not amazing. Alistair Johnson, which is a new purchase this week. He came in for
GG's.
Just less than a quarter of a coin, which is nice. If he'd said when he first moved over, he'd be able to get the super for that, which is really nice. And obviously, Keel goes in here. Carter Vickers and O'Reilly captain, which is the usual setup. And I've just kind of shoehorned in our couple of bits and bobs. So cap 240, since Harry'd been on here talking about cap modes, it's something that I've really focused on a lot. And nice. I've hit the rare threshold now 4 out of 5 weeks. It'll be 5 out of 6 now, including this week with Parejo going absolutely ham. By the way, Hugo Baena is out injured, so Parejo might have sets back, which would be really good. I don't think he's got a game this week, but that'd be really good. So this one's fairly straightforward. Taylor and McGregor. Hopefully Luton don't concede 3, but they probably do. However, Kaminsky, I don't know if you can see scores. They have been conceding every game, as you'd expect. But he's doing okay in terms of for a cap mode. And to be honest, if you watch the games, he's been extremely good. He's been fantastic. It's just Luton are just not quite of the quality to keep out enough shots. So by law of averages, they're going in. Getting Kulusevski into cap 240 is pretty huge. Obviously, Callum Wilson against Luton, not something we like doing, but it's cap mode, so it's not really the end of the world. Hoping for like a 75 plus from Dejan. Fancy the Celtic boys to do well. The other two are just gravy. Obviously, if Kaminsky has a great game and Wilson blobs, then fine. If it's the other way around, then fine. We're happy. Cap 220 should have 5 starters, which is nice. I've got this limited marshal I always forget I've got until literally the last thing, and I've got no goalkeepers. Oh no, wait, I've got him for cap 220. It's not really came to any fruition yet, but obviously Taylor again. I've got 2 rare cards, so I've used them both this week. Ryan Christie's been on some pretty sick form.
He has.
I've got him and Nisbet, like I said, he's got 2 games this week, so that's why he's in here. Rory McKenzie, I think he's got a cap of like 26 or something, but he's come off the bench a couple of games in a row. Bit of a Killy legend, but as you can see, not exactly got the scoring prowess, but he's just there for purely cap purposes, and it's just a glorified training team. That's all it is. The annoying thing is a lot of these players here, obviously DMP goalkeeper, but Van Dijk just far too high for cap modes, and he's not any better than like Carter Vickers, for example, with a fixture this week, in my opinion. Fenerbahce are at home, but they've got Galatasaray, so Seb's in good form, but I just don't see where I could fit him in either. Again, massive caps. We can't get him in cap 240. Solanke, this is one that I'm kind of saying, what do you think? Because I think I've got room to do like Solanke instead of Wilson, and it means that my goalkeeper isn't against my striker. What do you think?
I wouldn't really worry about the goalkeeper against the striker, especially for the fixture that we're talking about, because you're kind of after the 80 for the keeper anyway, aren't you? More than the big thing. So it's like if he scored, he's scored.
Solanke's form though, like is really good. He's really impressive when he plays like 8 goals this season in 16, and he's very much. You can see there he is such a cap mode player. I don't know. I'm maybe actually going to move. I think I'm going to change that just for peace of mind. Just so I've not got a striker against that. The only problem is again it's against Luton. Oh, okay, that changes it. They've got 2 games.
Oh, there you go. Unavoidable.
Oh, there you go. Okay, well, we're going to leave it as is.
got to shoot against one of them. Take Kaminsky, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that Newcastle have got 2 games, I'm gonna stick with Wilson, I think, just in case he plays them both. Cap 240 would have been nice if I had a goalkeeper to play in here. The other thing I was going to say, Quinny, I don't know if it's of any use to. If you're needing a defender, I probably have one I can maybe give you.
I was actually just looking at shuffling my team around there.
Because, again, I'm not using Nico Williams, who's got 2 games. What's he? Oh, I'm saying that. I bought him for £11. Oh, no, £17 and Lasso for 32. Maybe I'll keep holding him. This guy, Osei Samuel, I've not used.
Nice. I'm thinking about. So I was looking there, maybe try and swing a player or 2 around there. Because I've just noticed I went double defence in the 240. But so if I could get Taylor into the 220 somehow, but then I'm looking at making my 240 weaker, which then reduces my ability to hit threshold. So I'm like, I'm not going to bother doing that actually. So I'm kind of talking myself in and out of it. So it's only to make my 220 stronger, mate. I'm not really that motivated.
Even for a whopping £25, the free kick specialist, who is probably in the game, more than likely. I think he went off at half time against Celtic, which kind of mucked me up last week. So, anyways, that's mine there. I'll stop sharing. But I'm fairly confident about the two main teams, and that's all I really care about. The only annoying thing is there's no Cap 240 Super, and that's kind of annoying me. Because obviously I've got my goalkeeper in play. I just don't really have the means to do it. Yeah, not playing VVD is mad. Who would you play him over, Jonathan? Because they've got Arsenal at home, mate. Who am I moving out? Am I moving Carter Vickers out with a bigger bonus? I don't know.
It's tough, isn't it? Especially the game, Arsenal-Liverpool, I'd go probably Challenger. There's 2 stars at the top. So if you fancy yourself, Jay, on collection bonus and XP, Challenger might be your swing this week. But 240 equally, you could hose it. I would, if you get the 5% on them and you get cards at 15% in your team, I'd probably try the Challenger personally. If you've got another team that can go into 240 for you. So yeah, what I thought I'd show everyone, Hendo, is we're very close to hitting our goal. We only need another couple of likes and we'll be giving some cards away before we get to the deadline. But the first card we'll be giving away is a Florian Rieder, who is a limited forward card in the Austrian Bundesliga, and he's been donated by Mikey Baston. So we'll be giving him away to someone. Thanks very much, Mikey, for the support. And this guy, he's pretty good for caps and stuff like that. He plays, he's in and out sometimes, but mainly in. Scores some goals sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't. Decent wee card to give away. The second card we've got isn't 3D, unfortunately, but I did say a bit of a Sorare on the community anyway. This community, bit of an icon, and I know you're a bit of a fan of this guy, Hendo, and it's Connor Barron. So we'll be giving away him before Christmas, which is good fun.
Apparently signing a pre-contract with Rangers. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So, could be a very good card to pick up, because Rangers obviously missed out on Lewis Ferguson, and I think, given their centre mid situation, they've kind of been real in that since, and there's been players like Scott Wright who's went over that I thought would just be a complete squad player and has actually played in a lot of big games for them, and obviously Ryan Jacks went over and played a hell of a lot of games, so they do have a track record of bringing these boys in to actually play them, as opposed to maybe 20 years ago where they used to just buy people and leave them on the bench because they didn't want the rest of Scottish football to have them. So
fair.
He has no intentions of going to the Rangers. I will believe that, Skosker, if you have spoken to him personally and he has told you that. Otherwise, I will be going with the consensus of he is a Scottish person who will be getting 5 times his wages at Rangers. I'd imagine he'd be quite interested.
I would agree with that. Money talks. We've seen, who was the guy Celtic got? Scott Allen. He was a big blue nose, so money talks, I won this, Hendo, in the DNP gate, and it's quite a fancy DNP. You've probably heard of him. I think a lot of people probably have. He wears a Man United kit. It's a Premier League card. Doesn't play very often. He has a DNP. And I thought when I won it, what a great giveaway card. So we'll be giving him away as like the coup de grace of the chat as well. If you're a Man United fan, all the better. If you're not, he's a bit of a wonder kid. They really rate him. I think
that's a great giveaway. Well,
yeah, so it's only worth like 30 or 40 quid or something, 50 quid now. He's got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of potential. And if he gets a loan out of Man United, last year he was in La Liga at Alaves. He didn't really get that many minutes, but he definitely impressed. In Man United, with him and Garnacho, and there's been another, maybe the Hannibal kid, I'm always hearing about them extending their contract, or maybe they'll leave this summer, and then Man United are always like, no, we want to keep you in the fold. Ten Hag likes the young kids. He's starting to play him. It's a really handy card. So hopefully he's go mad for it, guys. We've only got another couple of likes to get. Surely we can get to the like goal of 67, and then we can give away some cards before the deadline. So a lot of Man U fans going nuts. There's no interest from Rangers or Celtic. Skoskur, maybe he works at Aberdeen. Hendo, who knows? He seems to be ITK. He's very strong on his opinions here. So Ryan Jack is one of
the if he's Connor Barron's dad, then I'll believe him. But there literally has been interest from Rangers. There literally has. So I was kind of the same, Quinny. I got one from DMP Gate. I don't know if you want to just go on to like my one cards, but slightly better. I'm quite happy with mine. But yeah, Pelistri is obviously like this wonder kid, Uruguayan. He was amazing on Football Manager a while ago. And I think Ten Hag a few weeks ago came out in the press, said he wants him to step up.
That could be good.
Yeah, so you can see mine there. Well, you missed it. 10 days ago, Diogo Jota and DMP gate. So
is it DMP in? That's not a bad DMP to get, mate.
Exactly.
What tier was he about?
Exactly. So when you look back, so what do you mean?
What tier was he?
What tier? I think he was a tier 2, but maybe a tier 3. Either way, I was happy about that.
That's not too bad. Yeah.
But
He's an actual player.
People getting DMP goalkeepers that weren't actually necessarily playing goalkeepers. They might just be the handcuff to another goalkeeper or whatever.
Someone got a Scott Bain in tier 3. Like, that's criminal.
That's so bad.
That's terrible, you know. Like, played one game in the last 2 seasons. Tier 3 out of 6. 0, 1 to 5. 6 tier, season 3. Come on, guys. But yeah, somebody like Jota, you can put him in tier 3 or something. That's no problem. Maybe tier 2 at a push because of his price and all that stuff. But because he plays, he's a good player. But that's no bad, mate. You hanging on to it then?
Yeah, I'm going to hang on to it. I've got obviously Van Dijk and Robbo. So it's a nice wee mini stack going on. I'm thinking maybe Szoboszlai for the midfielder at some point in the off-season. You can see obviously De Bruyne is just burning a hole in my pocket. He's still not played the game this year since I brought him in, which is really annoying. And Gvardiol's obviously the exact same. Just he's basically unplayable in SO5. But when he is playable, he seems to score massive. But when I use him, he seems to score like 28. So just that whole Hall of Fame there's like not the whole of it, but some of it's fairly haunting.
It's the paper before the final. That's always the the smoke screen, isn't it? Sorry, I was catching up on chats there. Sorry, so I was just catching up with them. Sorry, there was a reason why Baron get no minutes as well. Somebody's the Baron stuff is going quite deep into the chat. But yeah, Gary's coming on pretty good, Hendo, as well. How are you feeling about the year as a whole? Has it been good to you?
Who's that? Sorry.
The gallery's looking pretty good. How do you feel the year has been to you? Good?
Yeah, it's been good, mate, in terms of like, I think a lot of people are sort of panicking with us being here longer term. And to be honest, I've kind of got out of Sorare already what I've needed to. And from now on, it's essentially all kind of gravy. So, you know, with the way that the kind of gallery set up, it's just adding as many kind of, you know, trying to add more super rares, trying to add more depth, because at the end of the day, they're a little bit less volatile to sort of market pressure and stuff, and they're more based on like actual football form rather than supply. Even things like, you know, the Hearts cards, trying to get like anything more than the 1 of or the 2 of out of auctions or anything. I've been you know me, I look at rewards every week and they are never ever assigned for rewards. They're like, you maybe get 1 every game week for the whole team, and then you look across the board with like even Celtic cards and stuff, they're not that frequently rewarded. So actually, like, the supply on these cards, if you're looking longer term, is pretty limited. So to build up a bit of a gallery going on there at a kind of reduced price, I've done quite well over this year getting those kind of key pieces in. And now it's just about, you know, like there was made a withdrawal last week for the first time in a while. And obviously after that, or maybe it was about 3 weeks ago or something, but since then I've built up, you know, roughly around about 500 quid's worth of Ethereum, which has went into that Alistair Johnson. I could have withdrew that as well, but that's just from a few weeks kind of with a little bit more focus on that cap mode. Now, we've been saying about like it can't last in terms of like, you know, there needs to be more lifeblood and all this kind of stuff, and need to think of better ways to engage people. But I think going forward 2024, like I said, I don't have any issues with like, you know, liquidity or worrying about that side, because I think Nicholas is very bullish on their financial position and stuff. But it's about time we started getting a bit of excitement back in the game. And I think these kind of short game weeks give it to us, because obviously we are set up in that way. It's got to be a little bit more widespread in terms of like, you know, how do these people who aren't quite as, you know, thickly spread as maybe ourselves for game weeks like this, how do they get engaged, and how do they get enjoyment out of the game longer term? So I'm hoping that 2024 will bring some solutions, but I'm certainly not as scaremongery and, you know, upset about certainly things that are happening. And I'm certainly not just panic selling off the gallery just because of certain pieces of news. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. How's the year been for you?
I think it's been pretty good. I think the last like 2 or 3 months but have been pretty rubbish. It feels like there was a wee, I don't know, just a mad hex, you know, and some mad random DNPs or clean sheets that couldn't hold, or, you know, I had a nice start to the season, got some big wins quite quickly, and then there's just been a wee dry patch that, you know, normally FC Barcelona, we love the festive period. There's normally a good Christmas, New Year kind of spell of form where we normally would pick up some rewards. So So yeah, it's been overall a pretty good year in that sense as well. It's kind of been more away from the SO5 leaderboards. I've had more fun this year with the amount of Celtic games I've been to. Have you been this year? I know we went to a bunch, but no, not actually this year. Also,
No.
John took me on the Man City bus as well, which was just absolutely amazing playing at Anfield. And it's mainly all that stuff that's been crazy for me this year. Like, also as well, so I don't really talk about this much, but I was on the overlap this year, which was really cool, like the Old Firm fan debate thing, which is just a really big channel. And then the Sky Sports thing, which is in the intro. So like, I've done some really cool stuff this year that I kind of forget myself and need to remind myself that like, we have done well, like some stuff has happened and we've, we're moving the channel on and all that good stuff. So it's been good fun, mate. I've
I think, from someone who's obviously like your friend, but obviously we've known each other for a long time, the production quality of like the actual content that's come out has been like night and day this year. Everything, especially even the Premier League videos, for example, like the breakdown and the analysis. I watch a lot of I watch a lot of analysis, but maybe not a lot of like actual Premier League football. I'll probably get more out of your channel than I do from pretty much anywhere else, other than maybe like Football Daily, because obviously they go a little bit more into like the stats-based approach of like analysis. I get so much more out of that than someone, some ex-footballer on Sky Sports or whatever, just talking about, they should have scored this, they should have scored that. Like actually delving a little bit deeper into it has been really good. So just like the different.
Thank you very much.
It's been really good.
I really appreciate that, mate. Thanks a lot. And
I feel like you definitely deserve to kind of blow up. I don't know what that entails for next year, but
not physically.
No, I feel like you deserve that. So I'm hoping that.
Thanks very much. Yeah, we'll cross our fingers and toes. I've hit the goal handle. We've got some cards to give away. Parashuram20 has just joined us on Twitch and is asking what this stream is about. We've been getting through predicted 11s, the latest and greatest of details, as we are now 7 minutes away at the Sorare deadline. And Parasham20, we now have 3 beautiful little cards to give away. Now, I'm going to do them on YouTube, and I want to give it to you guys that are here engaging in the chat and all that good stuff. Thanks very much for the kind words again, J. Riva. Charlie Dunbar, who's in the live chat, is like the editor on the channel. So like, if you want to direct any praise, a lot of it will go to him as well. So Charlie, if you're sitting down, you can stand up, take your you take your due. Thanks very much for the kind words, everyone. But yeah, we've got 3 cards to give away, and I want to do it pop quizzy style in the live chat as we do best. We'll finish with the Palistri because he's the kind of big one, and we'll start with the Reader since he was the last one to come in. And he's 3D, okay? Now, Hendo, I normally ask Harry, but is there a question that comes to mind for you that you could ask the live chat where we could get a quick fire, get the answers in? If you don't, it's fine, but if you do, brilliant.
I think I do have one. It might require a little bit of Googling. If I just get up. Have you got anything you can think of? Because I can maybe do it for the second.
Sure. Let's do this then.
In fact, no, I've got it.
You ready? So to win the Fabian Reader, okay, the first thing I always say to Harry is tell us first, Hendo, the format of the answer. So people know, do we need decimals? Is it a word? Is it this? Is it that?
It's a word. It's a team. It's a team. The Elizabethan Dunfermline is the answer. Well, it's Dunfermline related, Skosker, so I'm just going to ask. I will be, as always, I go home and away to Dunfermline on a Saturday. We are playing an away game tomorrow. Please tell me the team who we are going to be playing.
So Dunfermline's opponent tomorrow. Their official team name. So no like no letters. Like it's not Newcastle, but no NUFC. We want the team. Let me see. Let me get the answer.
We've got a correct answer already.
Well, we do. Let me go and find out what it is first, and then I can. Okay. Oh, we've got a bunch of them flying in. Okay, Hendo, do you want to tell me the right answer?
I do. So we've got about an hour and 20 drive. It's right on the seaside. If you've never been, you certainly should go. Not because it's good, just because to experience it. The wind has ruined many a game. It is literally it's on the sea, and there is no there is a stand, but it doesn't exactly block out the wind. So certainly the windiest stadium in the world, and it's Arbroath. So we're going down to the coast to Arbroath.
And the first right answer was J. Riva, is what I've got on screen. So J. Riva, congratulations. Monfrere, my brother, congratulations. Thank you very much. A lot of good answers coming in there. Rogers Presser on more. says he doesn't want to lose him. Anything else? With 4 minutes to the deadline. JC, if you've caught anything else in that press conference, let us know. Jay Riva, can you let me know from the same YouTube account in the live chat now your club name, and I'll go and get that Florian reader sent off to you. Now, the second card, pies are superb there. I'll take your word for it as well.
So true, by the way, we've got steak and black pudding pie, and that is going to be the highlight of the day by a mile. It wouldn't even be close. The football would be terrible. I'm just going for the pie.
Take the chapstick, lad. Love it. Now, the next one we have is a Connor Barron. Okay, now I have an Aberdeen card. I've got 2 Aberdeen cards of Liam Scales. The Super Rare is now going to be my captain for the All-Star Super Rare competition. What is his serial number? Full serial number. So not number slash, I want number slash number. Super Rare captain. What serial number is he? There'll be some people who take some easy guesses.
Yeah.
What's that?
I take it I'm excluded from the Pellistry.
You can get in the live chat if you want.
Oof, I might have to.
Oh, maybe there'll be a delay, but because you technically will hear maybe a couple of seconds before the people.
I see. Okay, I'll exclude myself.
But yeah, we're getting a lot of answers raining in. Keep them coming, guys. I think, have we seen a right one yet? Oh, by the way, I'm not sure if I have. Oh, yeah, there is a right one. Keep them coming, but there is only one, and I'll go and find... right, so who done it first? So the correct answer, of course, is not one of. I thought a lot of people would guess one of and assume that I would have done that, because I do that with quite a lot of cards. His jersey number was 4. I thought we'd have got a lot of random quick guesses on the number 4. But the correct answer was, in fact, number 2 of 10. And I found somebody with it. Now, I can't find anyone with it. So let me see. Somebody said 3710, which is a funny serial number for a card. But as a serial number, it was Ross Irvine, first in with the 2 of 10. GG's Ross Irvine. Again, let me know your club name on this YouTube handle, and I'll get that Connor Barron sent over to you. So Jay Riva and Ross Irvine, let me know. Let me even just see real quickly if I put in Jay Riva. There's more than one that comes up. And Ross Irvine, maybe know your club name, but I've forgotten it now. Ross Irvine 98 open to offers. I think I can probably suggest that's you. I'll keep this page open. That's your PIN number for the bank card. Good to know, mate. Good to know, Weasel Moon. Riva Diva. Right, so the last card we're giving away is the Pellistry. Okay. Now, while I go and ship away to Riva Diva first of all, and then the other one, I've got the question locked and loaded for you guys. Now, I'm giving away a Pellistry Rare. It's 3-dimensional. It's brand new. It's only been in my club for a couple of days. What serial number is it? It's a theme with these questions today.
Should just say, whilst the answers are coming in, Luis Suarez to Inter Miami, done and dusted. Here we go.
Here we go, confirmed.
Messi and Suarez back together. You've got to think they'll make a play for Neymar, surely.
Give it to Aaron Kempster. Okay.
He was
surprised, buddy. Aaron Kempster. So let me know, Pellistry, what serial number we are. I don't see an Aaron Kempster. Sorry. He was second. Oh, he was second in the thing. Okay, cool. Aaron, it was you. You've got 10 of 10 here, so maybe you guessed a few times, Aaron. But let me see who was second. And if you're going to forfeit, let me see who was second. Ross, very gracious of you, by the way, in the Christmas spirit. Thanks very much, Ross Irvine. But I've got you here first here with the 2. Jay Riva just with a number 2. Sadly, doesn't count. And then after that, the next 2 of 10 I got was Aaron Kempster. You're dead right. So Aaron, let me see your club name and we'll get the Connor Barron over to you. And then after that, Pellistry, the rare. What serial number is it? Now I'll show you on screen what the correct answer is first of all, and then we'll go into the live chat and we'll get the correct answer out and we'll ship away this Uruguayan wonder kid, full senior international, by the way, gets caps without playing first team football. Very highly thought of prospect, and he is 30 out of 100. So we're looking for fairies. That's what we're looking for. Wow. Very quickly. Trickmaster, the very first answer that came in. 30 out of 100. Congratulations, mate. Weasel Mount must have just been right in behind. And then Gypsy Gaming, 3 of 10. I wish it was a super rare I was giving away. But unfortunately, you've missed a few zeros there. Jay Fraz closely in behind there as well. Very unlucky. Ralph as well on the number 4. I know you wanted to win that, mate. Unlucky. But the winner was Trickmaster. So if you can let me know your club name from the same YouTube handle, as well as Aaron Kempser, and we'll get that shipped off to you now. Ideally, the deadline is in, so you won't be able to use any of these cards. I hope there's timestamps. There is timestamps. I've just put them all on screen. This is the order that they've came on for me. I thought it was 28. Oh, that's his jersey number. Imagine I got that as a reward. I would not have been giving it away. And Gypsy Gaming with the panic mode. Love it.
Are we locked in?
We're locked in. We are in the game week.
We are locked in.
AK47. There we go. So let me get this one shipped off. 2 seconds. We'll get the Connor Barron away. AK. And then, guys, as soon as I end this stream, you're going to be kicked over to Looking Up with Laird on Sorare TV for the debut for that. Trade. Add cards. Barron. Connor Barron. Congratulations, mate. Which is full of scouting players, and it's Trickmaster. Easy peasy. So yeah, good luck to everyone this game week. We're all hopeful. It's just Trickmaster.
Good luck, everyone. Obviously, have a good Christmas and festive period. And thanks for having me on, Quinny.
No, absolute pleasure, Hendo. And I do just, now that I've done the last giveaway thing, don't run away yet, guys, because, maybe some of you have. I was going to say a big, sincere thank you very much and everything for all the support this year. It means the world. We had a wee bit of that thanks to your generous praise earlier, Hendo, so thanks very much. And I'll probably do a wee thanks video properly to really thank everyone, because it has been a mad fucking year, and it's the same heroes and legends that I see in the live chat every week getting stuck in. Yourself, Hendo, of course, as well as all the heroes and legends dropping in with the fist bumps. So it's been a great pleasure doing all this stuff for the last year, guys. Or the last, I've been doing it much longer than that. But, 2023 has been a blast. I'll see you before 2024. But, yeah, Merry Christmas. Enjoy the game week. And, stay out of trouble. Hendo, you can stay when the intro plays and we'll still be here. But if you need to go, you need to go. I get it.